This is Let Us Interrupt You, episode 54.
Shut up, bitch.
Here on Tuesday. That's right. We're back here on a normal day now.
Tuesday.
June 14th, 2022. We have a jack-loaded up show. It's insanely long today. We got a lot of sports stuff to talk about. We got to talk about the Belmont Stakes. We got to talk about the NBA Finals. We got to talk about the Stanley Cup Final. We got to talk about some baseball news, hockey news, football, jacked up football news.
A little bit of everything.
Almost too jacked up.
Yeah.
I mean, it's too insane, really.
Mio.
We got to talk about today. Oh yeah, and Mio technically isn't really our sponsor, but this episode is sponsored by Mio, even though that's not our real sponsor. We are drinking some Mio water. I have my fruit punch lemonade combo. He's got a fruit punch lemonade combo.
Yes. And it smacks.
And remember, hydrate. Water is important.
Drink your water.
Always drink your water. You'll live longer.
Yep. Drink your water.
That's a good motto.
Drink your water.
Drink your water. Stop doing that shit. Anyway, and yes, he's back.
Yes,
he's back.
I'm black.
I don't know how many more of these episodes he's gonna skip on me, but hopefully he doesn't skip out the next couple of weeks.
Listen, if I get this new job, I don't know. It's a hectic schedule.
Oh well, sacrifice your schedule. Sacrifice it. Gotta do it for the club.
Why would I sacrifice? Why would I sacrifice?
Listen. Done a lot of episodes. We got to keep the show going.
I can't sacrifice.
Yes, you can. Or we can change the days too.
Yeah, probably change the days if anything.
We can change the days if anything. Worst comes to worst, it'll probably be a weekend thing. This is like a weekend sports center.
Yeah.
Only again 1 weekday from us and 1 weekend, and that's pretty much it. You're not getting a whole section of sports stories every day. Because if that were the case, I would need to ask for a paycheck.
Right.
Anyway, but we got to start off with the Belmont Stakes. Dongel. That's right, Dongel.
That's my dad.
Won the Belmont Stakes over the weekend. So congrats to him. Round of applause. Didn't really watch the whole horse race, but I saw the little bit at the end of it. The ending of it's more exciting, honestly, the Belmont Stakes than the Kentucky Derby or anything like that. It's more exciting to watch the end of it. It's always an unpredictable.
Unpredictable.
But Dongel, I guess, was 5-2 odds in winning, so I guess he was a favorite. So congrats to him. Deserves to win. That happened last Saturday. And, we might as well go from that to the NBA Finals, which was a shit show last night for the Boston Celtics, even though it looked like they had a chance to win this game going away. Unfortunately, they lost. So they're now down 3-2 in the series. And Steph Curry did not make a single three-pointer last night. Went 0 for 9 last night.
And that broke his current streak. It was like 220-something games.
It was 233
230-something games, yeah.
233 games exactly. Since he without making a three-pointer. And the fact that the team still won.
That's insane.
It's insane. It just the way this game played out last night and the way it looked like the Celtics just weren't ready. They weren't ready from start to finish here last night. Even though they had a lead, even though they outscored in the third quarter, fourth quarter they just completely died. All the momentum they had completely died, including towards the end with Jordan Poole making that 3-point shot off the backboard
from half court.
Not really even from half court. I would say from like 3/4 away from like a quarter away from that half court mark. So really, like your average deep three that Curry or Towns would normally make in this scenario. And I got to be honest right now, it looked pretty easy the way Poole nailed it. I got to be honest. I knew that thing was going in right from the buzzer. Right from the jump, I knew that was going to go in.
Just like crap.
It was, in that moment, it was over. You knew in that moment that Golden State all had a moment heading that fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And they did. And in the end, I don't think they're done. I don't think the Celtics are done.
I still say this series goes to 7 games.
It definitely does go to 7 games. I still think Boston still wins it. It's just one of those.
I say the last game will be mad close.
Oh yeah.
I'm
going to say the last game, which will be Game 7, which will be in Golden State. I think Boston wins by at least 3. And I think Tatum gets a game-winning shot. I think he does.
Give it to Tatum.
Yeah. I'd say give it to Tatum. If not him, then May Brown. May Brown would do the last shot.
But Brown, probably Horford. I don't know.
I don't know.
If not Horford, Payton Pritchard.
If not Pritchard?
If not Pritchard, Robert Williams. Actually, no. Not Robert Williams.
Well, Robert Williams can make a 3.
Oh, yeah.
I can see it.
If not Williams, Marcus Smart.
You know what would be really interesting here? If Robert Williams got the dunk at the buzzer. Like, that would be really interesting. Like, if he just, grab the rebound, airborne. Just
fuck you!
Oh, yeah. It seemed like last night Robert Williams was spun around in circles last night, though, most defensive possessions. There were a lot of that last night.
Yeah.
Definitely a lot of that last night.
Well, Celtics in 7.
It's still going to happen. I think.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Sue me.
I'll give you the stats from last night's game. I'm not going to go over play-by-play. It's not going to because we have a long show.
Mm-hmm.
Got a lot to talk about. Tatum last night, 10 for 20, 5 for 9 for 3, 27 points, 10 rebounds, another double-double night for him. Had 4 assists. Horford had 9 points, 9 rebounds. He had a double single. That's all I can really say about him last night. Robert Williams had 10 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists. Horford had 1 assist. Really, I forgot to mention there. Marcus Smart had 20 points. He had 3 rebounds, had 2 assists. Jaylen Brown, awful night shooting the 3. Could not make a 3 to save his life. 0 for 5. 5 for 18 overall. This has been the disappointing thing. Jaylen Brown. He's completely crapped the bed here. Had 44 minutes last night, 5 for 18, 18 points, 9 rebounds. You don't do that in the NBA Finals. You don't shoot like that. At least Tatum responds to all the criticism. I don't know what the hell Brown's been doing. Brown's done nothing, really. And apparently Neesmith was in the game last night. I didn't even know this. He had 3 points last night. I must have shut the game. I mean,
Who was in the game?
Neesmith. He had 3 points last night. He was only in there for about a minute. White was in there for 21 minutes. Guess how many points he had last night? 1. 1 point.
1 point.
In 21 minutes. And Robert Williams, I think, should have had more time on the floor last night. If this guy can go for 30 minutes in the NBA Finals, he can go for 40. I'm sorry, but he can. Hauser had no points last night. He was in there for a minute. Morgan had no points. I think he was in there for a minute. Cornette had a 3. Grant Williams had a 3 in 16 minutes of play. Overall, Celtics were 11 for 32. They only made 31 shots with inside the 2-point line. The Warriors last night, guess what they shot for last night for 3? 9 for 40. And they still won this game by 10 points.
They still won this game.
Yeah. 8 points for Green, 8 rebounds, 6 assists. Probably the best game that Green has had now throughout the entire playoffs.
None Floyd for free and none made by Steph Curry.
Yeah. Curry had, Cordy.
How many did Clay make?
Wait, how many
3 pointers did Clay make?
5. He was 5 for 11 last night, 7 for 14.
He made 5 out of 9 frees that the entire team made.
Yeah. You had 21 points for Klay Thompson, 16 points for Curry, 26 points for Andrew Wiggins. Andrew Wiggins was the star last night in this game, too, despite him missing a lot of threes last night. He had 26 points, 13 rebounds. You can make the case right now that Wiggins might be MVP of the Warriors.
He might be.
He might be the MVP. He's been the best.
Wiggins literally saved his career the moment he got traded to Golden State.
Oh, yeah, he did. He was going nowhere with Minnesota. It was all about Karl Anthony Towns. At the end of the day, when it comes down to it, you can make a case right now that Wiggins might be MVP. And that's even if the Celtics win the NBA Finals. You can make a case.
If the Celtics win, it has to be Tatum.
Oh, yeah.
If the Warriors win, right now it looks like it might be Wiggins.
Could be Wiggins, could be Curry. You can go either way. Curry could have a 50-point game. You never know.
But then people will crap the bet on Curry, be like, yo, that's another season where he didn't win Finals MVP. And might he have another chance?
See, this time around, if Curry has scored 50 points and didn't win MVP, that would kind of be like a shame. That could kind of be shameful, really.
It's like when back in 2015 when Iguodala won the MVP.
Well, Iguodala was playing at his best. Let's be honest.
He was playing at his best, but holding LeBron to like 30 points, 9 rebounds, and 7 assists, and you get MVP for that. Iguodala was like averaging 15.
He was a clutch 3-point shooter too in the clutch moments too. You got to remember that part of it.
Well, so I said belongs to the most valuable player. And Iguodala, he was probably like the third most valuable player.
Yeah, maybe.
Behind Thompson and Curry.
Yeah, at the time, yeah. Gary Payton, the second last night, scored 15 points off the bench. Poole had 14 minutes in the game, 14 points in 14 minutes, 3 for 6 from 3, 4 for 8 overall in the game. Gary Payton had 1 for 3 from the 3-point line. Looney only had 2 points because he had 5 fouls. It's funny because Green fouled out. But Looney was close to fouling out last night, too.
Yeah, the whole team played like crap, and they still won.
Yeah, this was not a convincing – this is why I don't think the series is over because this was not a really convincing win last night. This was just basically a fourth-quarter choke job by the Celtics. The Celtics lost this game more than the Warriors won it. It's that simple.
Yeah.
And many of you could argue, the Celtics, they blew another game. It's another choke job. And that means that they're going to lose the series. It's all over with now. The Warriors are going to be too much. I don't see it. This was not a convincing win, in my opinion. They're going back home to Game 6. I can't see Golden State going back-to-back to Boston and taking those games. I just can't see it.
Nah.
Just can't see it all. But and my critique of this whole thing is this. I think Robert Williams should be on the floor more than Derek White should be.
Definitely.
They should not have a situation where they take him off the floor, put Derek White in there. It's just not going to help. Doesn't really make a lot of sense either.
Or at least give them both equal time.
Yeah. I would say if you want to substitute somebody, take Marcus Smart out of the game if you have to. Take a risk. Take Horford out if you have to. I would say also if you want to make things interesting.
Say more so take out Horford than Smart.
Huh?
Because we do need Smart's like defensive abilities.
Yeah, we do. We do. But Derek White plays like the same style of defense a little bit like Marcus Smart does. A little bit. He's just like he's a miniature Marcus Smart. That's basically what he is. He's
like Marcus Smart, but can shoot better.
Yeah. I mean, it may not look like it last night, but I mean, it just. I don't know. Because to me, here's the thing: because Robert Williams played for 34 minutes the last game before game. Think about that for a minute. How do you go from 34 minutes to 30 minutes with this guy? And really, Robert Williams has been your best player on the floor, making the most shots. Sure, they're in the paint. Sure, they're dunks and they're lobs, but they're in layups too. You got the and ones. I mean, I just can't really imagine them saying to themselves, "Nah, let's just take him off the floor."
Yeah.
If they've only put this guy in there for 25 minutes, it's bad coaching, in my opinion. It's bad coaching. There's no excuse for it. No excuse for it whatsoever, especially in that scenario where really Robert Williams is a really good defender too. He's like he's got the Matemo block going.
He was second team all defense too, I believe.
Yeah,
he was.
I don't get how you limit his minutes. This is the most important NBA finals. He's got to be in there on the floor for at least 35, 40 minutes. He's not going to get MVP for that. I'm not saying, that means you want him to be MVP. No, it means the guy needs
he has a big impact on the team.
He's a big impact defensively. He's a big impact offensively, especially when you're trying to box people out. Because Horford's if Horford was younger, I'd say maybe limit his minutes. But Horford's a veteran. Horford's been in the NBA for a long time. He's getting that age now. He can't be doing the 25, 30-year-old, push off, still in his prime kind of ordeal. No, he's a veteran. He's going to need help. It's not easy. Anyway, but I got the Celtics in 7 here. I think the Celtics will win game 7.
Celtics in 7.
They'll win game 7. If they lose this game, it's the biggest choke. It's the biggest choke season they've ever had. Let's put that in perspective.
I want to say that.
Well, let's think about this for a minute. They started out as a 10th seed. They wanted to prove everybody wrong. They ended up being the number 2 seed. They swept the Brooklyn Nets, which nobody had that coming.
No one saw that coming.
They went to 7 with the Milwaukee Bucks.
Brooklyn was very dysfunctional.
Yeah. Yeah, they were dysfunctional.
With Kyrie, KD, and the whole Ben Simmons drama.
Right, but come playoff time, though, it's a different story. You got Kevin Durant and you got Kyrie Irving on the same floor, same time.
And they swept them.
Nobody expected
No one expected them to sweep them.
And nobody expected them to beat the Bucks in 7. Nobody expected that to happen.
No one expected that.
Really, the Miami series was really the only non-surprising one. Although, yeah, they went to Miami and won in game 7. They probably should have closed out in game 6. But I think in this scenario here, this was the biggest joke job ever because there were a lot of expectations. You beat the teams you had to beat. And you can't get by Golden State, who I would say in the last couple of games.
Yeah, this ain't Golden State like it was when KD was on there. That was overpowered.
Yeah,
that in the 7-3-9 year.
See, I think even that team, they didn't even really need KD at the time. I don't think they really did.
No, they never did need KD.
That's what I'm saying. So
it's like the year before they won the title. Then next year they went 7-3-9.
Yeah.
And next year they signed KD.
Yeah.
They never needed them.
No. And if they lose this Golden State Warrior team, though, that I don't think has really been convincing in these finals they've won. The only game they were convincing of was Game 2. Game 2 was the only convincing win that they had us and they just grabbed it by the throat. Game 3, Game 4, Game 5, you kind of gave that away late in the fourth quarter.
But at the end of the day, it's still Golden State.
They are.
They're still one of the best teams in the league.
But I think a lot of people still expected the Celtics to win this series. Hell, I think
a lot of people still do expect the Celtics to win the series.
It's like an 80% chance.
It was like a BPI chance, like 80 after Game 4.
It's like 80%.
80% still.
And after Game 5, it's 75%. So
people still expect the Celtics to win.
This is not a convincing. If they win, let's put it this way: if Golden State can blow this team out by 25 points in Boston, they make them out do that, then they earn it. They earn it, and I'll take back everything I said about them winning the way they finished off Game 4 and Game 5 because I will tell you this right now. The Celtics choked in that fourth quarter in that game 4 and game 5. There's no doubt about it.
Mm-hmm.
The Warriors didn't really earn it, in my opinion. They didn't convince me otherwise this is over. See, I was more convinced about the Rangers losing to this Lightning in the Eastern Final in the playoffs in hockey because the way they played in that Game 5 at Madison Square Garden than I was convinced last night in Game 5 at Golden State. So we'll get into more Stanley Cup final talk later on in the show. We're going to wrap up from the NBA final. We're going to move on.
But still, Celtics in 7. I don't give a damn. Celtics in 7.
Exactly. Celtics in 7. You're not going to get an argument from me. You're not going to get an argument from anybody, really.
If not, watch. So still, the Celtics will still probably be the favorites to win the NBA Finals next year.
Yeah. We got some more Deshaun Watson news.
Yep. Let's go.
Deshaun Watson has now got lawsuit 25 and 26.
At this point, his career is done. I mean, like, bro.
It's like at this point, you just threw your entire NFL.
You ruined such a great and promising career.
Yeah.
Over being perverted with masseuse, whatever it is.
Whatever, exactly. It's just, it's very sad. It's very unfortunate of how it really played out.
You're like one of the best QBs in the league.
Like, how could you screw this whole thing
up?
How
could you screw this up? Yeah, even though you signed a contract, the Browns have the power to void all that guaranteed money.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah, they do. And I think they're going to after this because I don't see how he even sees a free field out of this.
No, the Browns have to be the biggest walking L ever.
Yeah.
They drafted a good franchise QB in Baker Mayfield, which, let's be real, he wasn't terrible.
Yeah. He
wasn't terrible at all. He was the best QB they've had since.
I would say their best QB probably.
Before Baker Mayfield was who?
Before Baker Mayfield?
Oh, Derek Anderson that 1 year in 2007. The year they drafted Brady Quinn. And then no one expected Derek Anderson. Everyone thought Brady Quinn would be a star. Derek Anderson came in. Led him to a 10-6 record. They didn't make the playoffs because Derek Anderson was a Pro Bowler that year.
Yeah, and before that.
But then after that, the whole controversy started like, yeah, we got Brady Quinn. We're going to start him next year. We're going to try to trade Derek Anderson. That didn't happen.
Right.
They kept Anderson. It was like a little QB battle between them, and the Browns ended up being like the worst team in the league.
Yeah.
But before Derek Anderson, like, when was the last time the Browns had a good, consistent, decent quarterback? Bernie Kosar?
Yeah, Bernie Kosar.
That was it. That was way back in, like, what, 1970, 1980?
I would say Tim Couch from 2002.
Tim Couch was garbage.
No, I know. But he had that season where he did the Browns in the playoffs and they went 11-5.
But still, Tim Couch is still... Well, actually, let me see. And what year?
2002. I'm pretty sure the series were 10-5-1. I think the Browns that year were 10-6 or 9-7. I don't remember what their record was exactly.
In 2000.
My Browns team was pretty good.
2001?
2002.
They were 8-6. No, wait. He was injured.
Oh, he was injured that year? Who was the quarterback that year then?
No, Tim Couch did start 14 games. He went 8-6. 18 touchdowns and 18 interceptions.
Oh.
No, Tim Couch was garbage. Tim Couch was garbage.
I didn't even realize he had 18 touchdowns and 18 interceptions. That was not a good one.
Yeah, but honestly, like their best QB. Yeah, like honestly, Bernie Kosar. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
And you finally draft Baker Mayfield. He brings hope to the franchise. They lead them to the playoffs twice so far.
He led them to the playoffs once.
He gave them hope the year they went.
They went 11-5 that year.
No, the year before they drafted Baker Mayfield. Weren't they 0-16?
They were 0-16 when that, yeah.
Yeah. The biggest laughing stock in the league. Draft Baker. I think they started him like a few games to the season.
Yeah. There was some hope there.
Then next year.
Almost got into the playoffs.
Almost got into the playoffs. And next year they made the playoffs. Beat the Steelers.
Yeah. In Pittsburgh.
And now, just because he had... this year they went 7-9.
7-10.
7-10.
Yeah.
But still, there's hope there for Baker Mayfield. Now, honestly, there's none since they decided to trade for Deshaun Watson, who may never even play in the NFL again. They wasted 3 first-round picks, a few second-round picks, 3rd-round picks, and a 5th-round pick over Baker Mayfield.
And here's another way of looking at it.
Knowing he had those sexual assault allegations.
Exactly. Here's another way of looking at it, too. there's more coming.
So in reality,
25, 26, we're gonna get 27, we're gonna get 28, we're gonna get 29, we're gonna get
40. No, it'll be all 66 women.
It might be 100. But I'm saying it's gonna be 100. There's definitely more than 66. This guy has definitely got the mind of a perverted Ben Roethlisberger, but more in shape.
Yeah, to be honest.
That's it. That's the only difference. He's a black Ben Roethlisberger.
But yeah,
except more muscular and skinnier, not fat. It's really the only difference. And many can argue.
Deshaun Watson had such a promising career. Look at his first 4 years in the league.
Yeah.
Pro Bowler. 3 out of 4 years, I believe.
Yeah.
The first sexual assault case misses all next year. All last year.
Yeah.
And he's most likely going to miss all this year, too.
Oh, unbelievable. Very sad. And my foot's asleep, goddammit.
Like, bro. Like, when you get to play in a league like this, you got to do everything in your power not to fuck it up.
Oh, yeah. There's no doubt about that in my mind.
For Deshaun Watson to be a quarterback, sign that contract to be like the richest, well, not behind Pat Mahomes' contract, but like the most guaranteed money. Well, the first 200, it was like, 5 years, $230 million, all of it fully guaranteed.
Yeah.
And then, not even a few weeks later, you got more sexual assault cases popping up on you.
Yeah.
And you go from signing that contract to possibly never seeing a dollar from that contract. Like, bruh.
Very bad. Very sad. Sean Payton, moving on from Deshaun Watson and his perverted actions.
Yeah.
We're going to go into something more interesting here, which is Sean Payton getting offered $100 million for 4 years
by the Dolphins.
For the Miami Dolphins. This was surfaced the other day, according to Brian Miller. This is for Phil Fanatic here from fansided.com. There's a new report that is saying that the Miami Dolphins offered $100 million to Sean Payton, which might imply that Mike McDaniel's future isn't secure. The Sun Satel, this is the Miami Dolphins, or not the Miami Dolphins, the Miami.
They just hired Daniel, so what the hell?
I know, it's crazy. The Sun Satel, which is basically the Miami newspaper article. Dave Hyde wrote an article saying that Stephen Ross offered Sean Payton $100 million to coach the Dolphins. We need to break that down a little bit and try to understand what that might mean for the future of Mike McDaniel, if it means anything at all. The article is linked above. Is behind a paywall, so you will need to subscribe to the. Oh my god, I'm not going to subscribe to that. The deal apparently was. This is more of a thing down here. The deal was apparently for 5 years, but there are some questions that should be addressed regarding the information. Did the Dolphins actually offer Payton a deal for the 5 years, $100 million? This is hard to say because it could just be speculative. The Dolphins were denied permission to talk with Payton by the Saints after he retired. Which, here's what I'm not understanding here. The guy retired. Why do you care whether or not you talk to him? That's number one factor right there. Is why is a team not allowed to talk to a guy who's no longer working for you? That's like me going up to this person and saying, hey, can I talk to your friend who you're no longer friends with? No. You know what I mean? Like, it's stupid. And I don't believe that for a second. If Miami reached out directly to Payton, despite the denial, they would be in violation of league rules, which I don't know what the league rule is for a guy who retired anyway, but whatever. Payton denied talking with the Dolphins.
Football players that retire, teams still talk to them.
Exactly.
They come back.
Yeah.
So what the hell?
I don't know what the heck this
That makes no sense.
Directly, and his interest in the job. Payton said that a request was made and talks were through intermittent diaries. That is where the contract numbers could have come from. Chris Greer, the Dolphins GM, told reporters early in the offseason that the Dolphins did inquire about Payton prior to his retirement announcement. Payton also said that he didn't want to coach this year and that if he had, he would have stayed with the Saints. So what does that mean for the future? I'm going to tell you this right now. I think if Sean Payton really felt this strongly about, because this basically tells me right here that Sean Payton said, screw that, no. I'm not going to coach the Miami Dolphins in a racist owner. No. And at this point, the only reason Mike McDaniel is doing it is because he wants the money. He needs the money. He's a young lad.
Mhm.
He'll do anything for that Stephen Ross guy, and he's only a head coaching role that he'll have right now. He's probably not going to get paid a lot for this role anyway. The Dolphins are cheap.
Mhm.
If Sean Payton wants to return to the sidelines after the 2022 season, he may find his job in New Orleans no longer available. Saints hired Dennis Allen, which of course they hired Dennis Allen already. Unless the season is a miserable failure, they may not have a spot for Payton next year. That would open the door for trading him to the Dolphins. Here's my thought on this real quick. So far, as I read this article, there's more to this article. It doesn't make sense. Why would they even attempt for a year or two for Dennis Allen? That's the case. Think about that for a minute. So if Dennis Allen shits the bed, right? The Saints wouldn't take back Sean Payton in a heartbeat. This is a guy that won him a Super Bowl.
I definitely would.
I don't know why they would even say. And who even thinks that Mike McDaniel would? It might. Let's say both of them get fired. Let's say Mike McDaniel has a crappy year in Miami. Let's say Dennis Allen has a crappy year in New Orleans. If I'm Sean Payton, what would I want to go for here? The New Orleans job or the Miami job? I take New Orleans.
New Orleans.
I would take New Orleans right now. Miami's got no hope. Tua, we don't even think is really that great.
Yeah.
I mean,
and they wanted him so badly.
Yeah.
It's like a few games that maybe we made a mistake.
Yeah.
They took him over Justin Herbert.
Hell, the Dolphins were looking for Deshaun Watson while these lawsuits were going on. Yeah. Hell, they probably even still want Deshaun Watson to this day. While these lawsuits are still going on. It wouldn't even surprise me if the Miami Dolphins actually still took Deshaun Watson's contract on and just said, screw it, we'll risk the money. We don't care. They're not really a smart franchise. Remember, this is a team that went 1-15 in 2007.
Yeah.
This is a team that had...
And that one game they won, it was a miracle against the Ravens.
Yeah. That franchise barely won that game. They had a season where they went through so many quarterbacks, it wasn't even funny. I can't remember all their names. I think at one point, one of them was Dante Culpepper, I'm pretty sure.
Culpepper, pretty sure Chad Pennington, but he got injured.
Well, Chad Pennington didn't.
John Beck.
No, Pennington wasn't on the team until 2008. And they made the playoffs that year in 2008. If you remember, because they beat Brett Favre and the Jets.
Oh, yeah, they traded for him the following offseason.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm going to look it up. The Dolphins.
Chad Pennington, I'm pretty sure, was injured with the Jets that year, though. You were right about the injury.
Dolphins.
Just wrong team.
QBs in 2007. Was it 2007?
You know what's so sad about the 2007 year that year? Everybody sucked in that AFC East. The only team that was really good that year was Buffalo.
They had Trent Green.
And they had Trent Edwards and J.P. Lossman at quarterback. Think about that for a
In 2007, yeah, they went 1-15.
The Dolphins, yeah.
Yeah, they had Trent Green and Cleo Lemon.
Oh, that's right. Wait, it was in Cleveland?
Cleo Lemon.
Oh, I think Trent Green was in Cleveland. I thought he was in Kansas City. But anyway, they had Cleo. Oh, my God.
Cleo Lemon, I remember him.
I remember him. He sucked.
Yeah.
He was terrible. I could probably beat him at football. That's how bad he was.
Cleo Lemon.
But I mean, just think about that for a minute. If both teams were to fire their coaches this upcoming next offseason here, I think Sean Payton would go back to New Orleans in a heartbeat because he's familiar with that team.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not going to get – and he's friends with the ownership. The city loves him there. I mean, why would he leave there to go to Miami? And really, another way of looking at it is that would Sean Payton be ready to deal with Tua Tagovailoa at quarterback? I don't think he would.
Probably not.
I don't think he would even want Deshaun Watson to come there. You want my honest opinion? If there was probably one quarterback down there that would actually realistically want to go to Miami with, and this is my opinion. If it doesn't work
a QB now or someone they will probably draft?
No.
So if they draft someone, you're stuck there.
Right. What about Winston? Yeah, he signed a 2-year deal, but he could opt out of that if he really wanted to. If he was miserable in New Orleans with Dennis Allen, which we might see that happen, because I don't think Winston is going to do that great with Dennis Allen at coach anyway. He got better thanks to Sean Payton.
Mm-hmm.
What if Sean Payton went to Miami with Winston? What if Winston dropped out and said, I'm leaving? And Tua went to New Orleans with Dennis Allen. So another way of looking at it. Because I'm not convinced Mike McDaniels is safe there. I don't think he is.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, unless Winston left there and went to Miami with Payton, that's the only Payton goes there. Because I don't think Payton wants to deal with Tua Tagovailoa. Not that Tua Tagovailoa sucks. He's average. Probably below average.
Below average.
Below average at best. He's not had a magical year this year with Mike McDaniel. I don't think he is. I mean, think about it this way. Waddle had 100 catches for the Dolphins last season.
With Tua as a quarterback.
With Tua as their quarterback. And they still...
So maybe Tua does have some potential.
He does have some potential, but...
And now that Tyreek Hill's there...
Yeah.
This is make it or break it for him.
Yeah.
If he failed with a receiving core of Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill, I don't know what.
I think he will fail because I don't see him doing that well.
I see just his mechanics.
And he just has a lot of pressure on
him.
Because now they're 4-1 odds right now to win the AFC, which I can't see them winning the AFC. I can't even see them going into the playoffs. I just don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's realistic. I don't think it's a realistic thing that's going to happen at this point now going forward.
Most likely not.
Yeah. I just can't imagine it happening. Jack Del Rio was fined by Ron Rivera for the Washington Commanders for what he said about the January 6th being quote-unquote a dust-up. I say it wasn't a dust-up. Actually, no, what am I saying? It is kind of a dust-up. It was a riot. That's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
It was a protest. But I guess apparently it was something that sounded racial, I guess. According to Ed Reed said that he thinks that Jack Del Rio didn't get enough of a fine, while Jeff Fisher said, "Leave the guy alone." He said it was one negative thing. I don't care about any belief. Like, he's not a kind of guy that goes deep in these political beliefs kind of thing. Jeff Fisher. But he said that the Jack Del Rio finding was, dumb. This whole situation was dumb. Like, that's not what he quote unquote said. I'm trying to find the article, but I unfortunately can't pull up the article right this second. But anyway, here's my thought on the whole thing. I don't think Jack Del Rio is being fined at all. I think this whole thing is stupid.
It is.
I think having your own opinion out apparently hurts, I guess. I guess you're supposed to be some corporate ass kisser, I guess, in the NFL, I guess. I don't know when the NFL turned corporate or turned woke. But
fingers.
That's what the world's turning to now. The NFL has gone woke because we can't have an opinion about a president who clearly lost. Yes, he took it too far. Yes, he had the people rioting the Capitol. Yes, but shouldn't the Capitol have more security? I don't know. The White House has more security.
Mm-hmm.
Shouldn't the Capitol have more security? And knowing what we know now, what Trump didn't like the fact he lost to Joe Biden. Nobody liked the fact he lost to Joe Biden. Hell, I don't even like the fact he lost to Joe Biden. That's my opinion.
Point, yeah.
So why is people today who work for the NFL not allowed to have an opinion? I don't understand it. If it's their opinion, and I think he's probably sick of hearing the whole January 6th thing.
Mm-hmm.
He probably said his 2 cents saying this is absolutely ridiculous. It's just a dust up. It was nobody died that day that I don't recall.
Mm-hmm.
They could have had the National Guard come down there. They came down there too late with the SWAT team. They came way too late. And the thing of it was that, I mean, most of the people that broke in, they weren't really trying to hurt anybody.
They were just there.
They were just there to put
to cause ruckus, get a scene, go viral, some dumb shit.
Basically loiter, break in some stuff, steal some podiums. That's all they really did.
Like, yeah, I didn't hear
nobody got hurt
killed.
In the thing.
No one died.
Nobody died in the thing. But you want to know what it is? You can't have an opinion against the woke people because they might try to sue an entire league now. That's what the woke people wants to do. That's why you have Antifa. That's why you have Black Lives Matter. That's why you have all these, things now that are related, because all we want to do is sue, or get someone fired.
Mm-hmm.
Like Ed Reed like some people actually believe that Jack Del Rio deserves to get fired. I don't think Ed Reed was one of those guys. I think he said that the $100,000 wasn't enough. Some people said he should be fired, which I think is downright stupid. Mm-hmm. If you ask me, for someone who have an opinion, which is basically our right as Americans to have our own opinion, right? We all need to express our opinions. But apparently, when it comes to politics, that's against the law, apparently. We shouldn't have an opinion about politics. Why? It affects our everyday life. Look at the economy right now. Look how shitty the economy is. The economy's a shit show. Look at our gas prices. It's a shit show. Look at the factors going into it. Our lives right now. What we have riots and lawyering going on in 2020. It was a shit show.
Shit show.
Monuments being destroyed. Shit show. But we can't have an opinion about it because, and you know what the sad thing is too. If you're a Donald Trump supporter, oh, you're a racist. Oh, you're a bigot. Oh, you're this. Oh, you're that. Actually, I'm not. I was the kind of guy that actually, like the guy who was fixing our country and who actually called out our country for being simps to other countries. That's real. That was his real opinion about our country. I think he generally actually said that. I mean,
granted, but now looking back at it, everyone was like, yeah, we should have just kept Trump as president.
Yeah.
Even me.
I don't know why. Yeah.
It was just because Trump said a lot of dumb shit. But, like, in reality, none of that shit was really going to happen.
But
there wasn't going to be a wall being built.
Oh, and I think the wall should have been built. I mean, I'm going to be one of those people that will say that. I'm going to give you a reason why. Aren't you tired as an American citizen to having people come in rent-free, tax-free?
Yeah, that's true.
Free, and then we're all paying thousands and thousands of dollars every year for healthcare. Think about it. And it's not even for us. None of it's for us. It's for all the other people who supposedly can't afford it.
What would a wall really do?
What a wall really do?
Would it really block out? Because there'll be other ways people will try to come into the country anyway. The wall wouldn't have done anything.
No.
It would just be there for show.
We'd probably get smashed too. It'd be more
or get smashed. Someone could just plant some bombs on it, blow it up. Like, the wall wouldn't have done anything, to be honest.
It wouldn't have. You got a point.
There still would be a way that immigrants would sneak into the country.
But I look at it like
take jobs, marry someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just think they take way too many jobs. I think there was nothing wrong with people saying that. But why does it make us racist though if it's true? Think about it. They may not even sounded right there.
Yeah,
but think about it.
Like I know what you mean.
But think about it though. They take our jobs. They take our money. This whole thing was not a racist attack. It wasn't a terrorist attack. It was a riot. That's all it was.
It was a riot.
If it was more than, and I think the National Guard and the SWAT team went way too far and try and shoot people with flare guns and actual pistols. I thought that was incredibly stupid because they're not attacking you.
Yeah, it was a riot just to send a message. It wasn't a
all it was a message.
Try to kill anyone.
That's it.
There were no threats made.
No, there really weren't a lot of death threats made.
It was just like like a little protest.
Looking back on it, there was nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what the punishment was? Oh, you can't go to a Washington Commanders football game because you rioted near the Capitol. That's all the punishment was. It's 2 days in your house. That's it. People were probably let
again, who would want to go see them play anyway?
It was a playoff weekend. It would have been their first playoff game. So think about it that way.
So, team's trash.
Yeah, the team was pretty good. They had Taylor Heineke, to be fair.
Heineke.
How much you want to bet? I think he's still on the team. How much you want to bet he actually starts over Carson Wentz?
Most likely not.
You don't think he's going to start over Carson Wentz?
Nah.
Why not?
They already invested into Carson Wentz.
But did they really, though? Did they really? Think about it. They just picked up a guy right now who's useless trash. Sure, they gave him some draft picks for him.
Nah, the thing was... Carson Wentz wasn't even that bad last year.
Yeah.
All right, let me look up his stats real quick. He wasn't that bad last year. It's just that
he wasn't like
it's just because Jonathan Taylor was on the team and he did most of the work.
Jonathan Taylor did all the work.
Carson Wentz last year.
20 touchdowns, Jonathan Taylor? Or 18?
Yeah. Carson Wentz last year had basically 3,500 yards, 27 touchdowns, 7 interceptions.
Right.
So he did the work. But just because they lost the last game to Jacksonville, they were like, okay, we don't want him anymore.
Yeah.
And they lost to Jacksonville. If they won that game, they would have been in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But
would they won a playoff game?
I
don't think so.
Probably not.
Exactly. So, here's my opinion. Carson Wentz, first 2 games, I think will suck. I think it'll be garbage.
Yeah, they'll probably give him like 4 or 5 games.
I would say 4 games at most.
If he's like complete utter garbage.
If they're 0-4, switch to Taylor Heineke. It's your best.
If Taylor Heineke's trash,
I don't think
go switch to.
Think about it. He beat Tom Brady last year. Didn't he beat the Buccaneers?
Okay, the fuck.
Yeah.
So Nick Foles in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but didn't Heineke in a playoff game?
But has he been a franchise QB ever? No. Taylor Heineke can't be.
I think he can be.
Well, I'll say not. Nick Foles was a franchise QB for the Eagles when he first started.
He did. What Nick Foles was.
Well, then Chip Kelly did some stupid shit and just traded him away.
Yeah.
For no reason. He's like, hey, Sam Bradford will be perfect for his offense. Sam Bradford was utter trash for the Eagles' offense.
I still think this day, I think Chip Kelly was trying to get himself fired from Philadelphia. I think that's what he was trying to do. I don't think he really wanted.
He wanted to try to make Philly into Oregon.
Yeah. I don't think.
And it did not work.
I don't think he really ever wanted to leave.
He traded LaShawn McCoy, probably the best player that the Eagles, best running back they ever had, for Kiko Alonso.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, Kiko was pretty good his first 2 years, but where has he been ever since?
Is he with the Saints?
He's with the Saints, but like he doesn't have that big impact.
No.
Kiko wasn't even a Pro Bowl.
He's like a weaker version of Clay Matthews, is what Kiko Alonso really is.
Has Kiko Alonso ever been a Pro Bowl?
I don't think he ever has.
I don't think
he ever did anything besides become a statue.
2013.
Right now, Taylor Heineke could be a franchise quarterback. He could be.
No, I don't see it.
I don't know why you. I don't know.
He was a PFWA Defensive Rookie of the Year.
He was what?
The PFWA Defensive Rookie of the Year.
Oh.
Wait, so yeah, his rookie year.
I don't know how we went from a Jack DeRail conversation to this, but
no, I'm just talking about Kiko Alonso stats. No, so yeah, his rookie year, he actually was like one of the best rookies. Then he missed 2014 because he tore his ACL.
Yeah. Then
he got traded for. Like honestly, that trade still makes no sense to this day.
What was Carson Wentz's touchdown interception stats by the way? Because you did have that up before, but I don't think you
for last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said he had 27 touchdowns and 7 interceptions.
For last year?
Yeah.
Last year.
I'm not even joking.
You're dead serious.
Carson Wentz. His stats: 2021, 27 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. His rating was 94.6.
Wow, he actually had a pretty good year.
So why are so many people shitting on Carson Wentz, including you? I'm like, yo, he wasn't that bad.
I don't know. I just gotta believe it. I believe it when I see it.
Look at his stats in 2016 with Philly. He was his rookie year, so like, yeah, he's probably not the
right.
3,700 yards, 16 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. Okay. Then next year, 2017, he could have been MVP that year, but like he got injured last game of the season. 32,000 yards, 33 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Next year, 30,000 yards, 21 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Next year, 2019 in Philly, 4,000 yards, his first 4,000 yard pass of the season, 27 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. He's so consistent with the 7 interception rate.
That is really consistent.
Then the next year with Philly, well, his confidence probably got fucked up because they drafted Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
26,000 pass yards, 16 touchdowns, 15 interceptions.
Oh.
Then got traded to Indy.
Yep.
Like I said, 3,500 yards, 27 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Really? Is Carson Wentz a bad QB? No, far from it.
Yeah.
It's just that his last year he's put into a shitty situation with the Eagles.
Yeah.
Because like they drafted Jalen Hurts for no real apparent reason.
Right.
And they came to Colts. Colts were what? They were 9-8 last year?
Yeah, they were 9-8 last year.
One game away from the playoffs. I mean, yeah, he lost to the Jaguars, but come on, it's the NFL. Anything can happen.
Yeah. I'm telling you right now, Carson Wentz could go right back to his depleted form and be 15 touchdowns and 20 interceptions.
He's never thrown for over 20 interceptions.
It could happen.
The most he thrown was for 15.
It could happen. I mean, it could happen.
I mean, it could happen, but like.
Okay. Anyway.
Carson Wentz has a 44-40 career win.
Find $100,000. That's my bet right there. Ed Reed.
Honestly, yeah, that's utterly ridiculous.
Ed Reed is turning woke. He needs to stop being woke. Don't let the Antifa and Black Lives Matter and the woke brainwash you, man. Don't let it do it. Don't let it happen.
Yeah, later on about the wrestle talk, I'm going to add something else to it. So wrestle talk later. About Roman.
We'll do that later on. Yeah, we got more. We got more Scooby stories. We got more stories.
Scooby Doo.
Yeah, and Jeff Fisher is 100% right. Ed Reed's wrong. There's nothing wrong with having your own opinion. This is America. The last time I checked, this is not China.
I mean, shit. Like I said, America's gone to shit lately.
It's turning into China. It's basically what they're doing. They're
having an opinion
in China. They're wearing the mask now because they
have an opinion. You basically get shit on.
Yeah.
Innocent till proven guilty. Now it's guilty till proven innocent. Right now.
I look at it like this: you are stupid until proven otherwise. That's how I look at it.
Yeah.
And lately, all the innocent people who I thought were innocent, or actually no, who I thought were smart, are stupid.
Right now, we thought Deshaun Watson was innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah.
With all the evidence that's been coming out and him saying the stuff, yeah, he's guilty at this point.
Oh, there's no question about it. Absolutely no question about it. Moving on. We're going to talk about Michael Vick now, thinking that Colin Kaepernick has got a future in the NFL. That's right.
No, the way I see it, can Colin Kaepernick probably play? Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe he can. But is he going to get a shot? Maybe not.
Yeah.
Oh, he hasn't played NFL in what, like 5 years?
Yeah. He says, Vic says, quote, I think it will happen in due time. And he goes on to saying this as well. He's been out of the league for a couple of years, and he hasn't played in a long time. It'd probably be the smart just to come in a backup role and just play that backup role for 2 or 3
honestly,
years.
if Kaepernick probably like went and joined like another football league, stayed in shape,
that's what I said.
like the CFL, AFF,
that's what I said.
maybe he would get immediate chance in the NFL.
Yeah.
But since he hasn't played organized football in 5 years, there's probably no chance.
Yeah.
Well, if anything, it'll probably be like the Tim Tebow situation. Tim Tebow didn't play football for what, 8, damn near 10 years?
Yeah.
Comes back, tries to convert positions, and what happened? Complete shit show.
Yeah.
The only reason he got that chance is because Urban Meyer was his former coach.
Yeah.
And it was like, hey, Tim, want to come?
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
Look how that one turned out.
Complete shit.
Yeah, but I think Colin Kaepernick, go to another fan control league, do that, then come back.
He could definitely.
And I would say apologize to all 32 owners. And I said this I don't remember what episode was on when I said this. When he
should apologize. He's like,
he should apologize to everyone.
NFL's a bunch of slave.
And I think
how you talking all this shit about the NFL, but it's like, hey, I want another shot at the NFL.
I think
he is bashing everyone in the NFL.
I think he should apologize to every NFL owner. He should stand out there every football game and sing the national anthem. Don't have any girls singing. Don't have a random guy singing. Don't have like a random celebrity singing. He should be the one singing it.
No, Colin, he probably won't do that, but like, he should honestly just apologize to the owners. Be like, yeah.
That should be part of the contract. If you are going to be on this team, you're going to do exactly what we tell you to do. Go out there, sing the national anthem, wave the freaking American flag. I'd say do it. Make this guy as a punishment for kneeling down on it. And yes, that's right. Go out there, Colin, and put your hand over your heart, get the American flag, wave it proudly, wave it like you just don't care, and sing the national anthem. That should be his punishment. And if he doesn't want to do that, then he doesn't get an NFL contract. He gets released. It's that simple. If you don't like it, tough shit. Welcome to my America, bitch. Anyway. But yeah, that's my thought on the whole idea of Colin Kaepernick getting a job. He'll get a job, but just do that. And I think every NFL owner should sign up for that. I think they should. I think it'd be insane not to do that. We got some breaking news, actually. I meant to bring this up earlier. This actually was breaking news about 20 minutes ago, but here it is. AEW has suspended Jeff Hardy.
I was actually about to talk about that.
Yep. He was arrested on Monday on 3 charges, including a felony DUI. So he was going to be part of a triple threat ladder match this week. They would have been for the AEW tag team titles.
I'm going to go off on this.
I don't know.
I just want to bring up.
Go ahead. Bring it up.
Jeff Hardy's had a lot of problems in the past, too.
Yep.
When he was in WWE, when he was in TNA, now in AEW. He just needs to retire at this point because, like, the last thing he needs right now is to be in a ladder match.
Well, I don't think retirement is the way to go.
Bro, you see him wrestle now, the high risk that he takes, he's always been a high flyer. He's always been jumping off of platforms, off of ladders and stuff. He needs to retire right now to save himself.
I think he needs to quit drinking. That's what I think.
I mean, for a point he did, but I guess he went back.
Yeah.
Because if you're a high risk wrestler, you're gonna have a lot of pain.
Yeah.
You'll turn to like painkillers and meds and drinking.
Yeah.
The best thing for him to do right now is to retire. It's like you see Matt Hardy. Yeah, he used to do high risk, but he doesn't really do that much anymore.
Right.
Jeff Hardy has been doing high risk matches all his life.
That is true.
He just needs to like quit it, stop, retire. Either that or change his wrestling style completely, which is most likely.
That's a big take there.
Because you see Matt Hardy, Edge when he first started, he was like a high risk taker.
Yeah,
he completely changed his style.
Not necessarily. I think he still takes a little bit of risk there and there.
He does take risks, but not as big of a risk as he used to take when he was younger. I mean, heck, that's one of the reasons why he had that neck injury back in 2002, 2003.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah.
They changed his style, was able to wrestle a couple more years. Yeah, he did have to eventually retire, but then he came back.
Yeah. Are you saying retire from good and then come back and like rechange your style, or just retire for good?
At this point, I just say he needs to retire for good because, like,
That's a lot.
I can only I've seen how much punishment his body has taken over the years. He'll go out freaking injured and still wrestle.
Yeah.
But like, there's a point where the body, if it takes so much punishment, it'll give up on you.
Yeah.
And at the rate Jeff Hardy is going, it'll probably give up on him sooner rather than later.
Oh yeah.
So the best thing for him to do right now is to completely retire.
Yeah.
And this is another reason why WWE fired him last year too.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, we don't want to be held accountable for you, like drinking and driving, because he was arrested, I think, a few times last year.
Yeah, he was.
And then he was like, nah, I want to be with my
2022.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like, yo, fuck WWE for y'all firing me, giving up on me. But then what they fired him for, he's back to doing it.
Yeah.
And like, Jeff Hardy's one of my favorites. We grew up watching him.
Yeah, I grew up watching him.
And like, just to see him back in this again is sad.
He
just needs to completely retire. Either completely retire, change your style, or just become a manager.
That's never gonna happen. The manager is never gonna happen.
Actually, no. He's not even the best talker. Or at least become just a mentor to the young wrestlers.
Oof.
At least.
Oof. I'd say keep the high flying style around for now. Quit the drinking.
Quit the drinking, yes, but the high flying style is probably causing him to drink.
I don't think it is.
So you're saying jumping from like a 20-foot ladder, landing square on your back.
Doesn't make you an alcoholic. No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
But constant pain will.
You have a thing called painkillers.
Painkillers are bad.
Yeah, they are.
Because
you can do steroids too.
Do you hear all the rest who abuse drugs, steroids, painkillers?
It's better than being abused for alcohol.
Some of them take painkillers with alcohol.
That's why you don't do the alcohol.
That just honestly, it's not easy.
I would say embrace the pain. That's how I gotta look at it.
Embrace the pain.
Embrace the pain.
That's stupid.
Well,
embracing the pain is just gonna make shit a lot worse.
No, it is. I agree. But he's not.
But you're saying to embrace it, like, just continue.
Suck it up. Yeah.
Bro, he's been sucking it up for like 40 plus years.
Well, he needs to do it for another 5 more.
That's stupid.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
At this point,
I don't think
this man's gonna get himself killed.
Yeah. You're not wrong.
So you're saying to tolerate the pain
for another 5 years, yes.
No.
I think look, at this point,
he probably can't even tolerate it for another 5 seconds.
You never know.
So the best thing for him to do right now is just strictly retire.
I would say just do less high-risking stuff. I mean, you can do your
do less high-risking stuff.
I would say just do the Whisper of the Wind and do the Swanton. Don't do the ladder matches. Don't do the Extreme Rules matches. I'd say just keep.
Yeah, honestly, it is those big risk-taking matches that do fuck him up the most.
That's the thing, yeah, because it's not just like regular top.
Yeah, keep the Swanton Bomb.
Keep the Swanton. Do the Twist of Fate.
I'm
sorry, not Twist of Fate, because Twist of Fate is not a high-flying move. It's the Whisper of the Wind. That's
Whisper of the Wind.
Yeah, but to me, I would say just do the high flying. Just don't do the freaking extreme matches. Common sense. Because you're gonna get yourself killed. Which begs the question now of who's gonna be part of the AEW tag team ladder match if there's ever gonna be one this week.
They're probably just gonna take the Hardys out and replace them with another team at this point.
Maybe it might be an undisputed elite. Maybe it might be one of the maybe Fish and
O'Reilly and Fish.
Honestly, at this point, that should be the ladder match anyway, and I think the Young Bucks might win it. I mean, at this point, if I had made a prediction for the show this week, the Young Bucks are going to win the.
Or heck, put Hookhausen in the match. That's way too soon. It's way too soon.
It would not make a lot of sense because they really had any time.
I feel like AEW right now. I would transition from the Hardy situation to like the tag team division. It's freaking stacked.
Oh, it is.
They have teams that came in and they're throwing other wrestlers into teams.
Yeah.
It's like, what the hell?
I think Lucha Bros should be part of this match. At this point, if they can't get,
they should be part of this match.
To do it, I would say put the team.
Put the Lucha Bros in, or put Santana and Ortiz in.
Yeah, but they really haven't gotten a lot of momentum as a tag team going on right now. Santana and Ortiz, they really haven't tagged them a lot. In fact,
but I felt they should have been tag champs.
Here's my question: where the hell is Santana?
They're in a feud with Jericho.
No, I know.
And Jericho's new group.
I know they're in a feud. But where the hell has he been, though? Think about it. It's just been Ortiz, Eddie Kingston. That's it.
Yeah, to be honest.
I mean, has Santana disappeared? Was he kidnapped by Jake Hager or something?
I don't know, probably.
I mean, was he shaved bald at this point? Is that pretty you look like Ortiz?
Oh no.
I mean, because where the hell is he? And really that's not their match anyway. Although they did compete in a ladder match before against the Lucha Bros and Impact Wrestling before.
They could play in like some extreme matches before.
But I look at them right now that they're not really gaining a lot of momentum. I wouldn't say put Keith Lee or Swerve in there. That doesn't really make a lot of sense either.
That team, I think, broke up.
Yeah, exactly. That ended way too soon. I actually liked them as a tag team.
Yeah, they were good. And again, they were thrown together.
We didn't Swerve. Swerve and the Lee. I don't know. That could be the name of their team.
Swerving and Glory. I think. Was that their
Lee.
name? It was Swerving and something like that.
I said Swerve and the Lee. I don't even know.
Glorious Swerves. I don't know.
Keith Strickland's.
No, just stop. No,
I don't know. It got me something interesting. But anyway,
that was terrible.
Yeah, but Jeff Hardy is suspended. Unfortunately, it's sad. But
like I said, Jeff Hardy just needs to retire at this point.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm not gonna talk about Tom Brady.
Oh yeah. We're still talking about wrestlers. Let's talk about other wrestlers in WWE.
I
thought basically Roman Reigns is basically a part-timer now.
Yeah. What's your feeling?
Because ever since he won the title, this year he's only wrestled 4 matches.
Yep.
And those matches were WrestleMania Backlash. Did he wrestle at the Royal Rumble?
Did he? Yeah, he wrestled the Royal Rumble. He did.
Royal Rumble.
Yep.
And
the Chamber.
Yeah. All on pay-per-view. He hasn't wrestled a single TV match. Well, he will now.
This Friday on SmackDown will be Riddle versus Roman Reigns for the Universal Champion. You know, it would be really hilarious if they actually just gave Riddle the championship. That'd be hilarious.
At this point, they should.
I would love it.
They're basically turning Roman Reigns into Brock Lesnar 2.0. Have the titles, not show up until a certain time, defend the titles, go away.
Makes sense.
Well, they basically gave him a last schedule. Why, though?
Because you want to know what it is? I'm going to give you a reason why. Because he wants to be like The Rock. He wants to make movies. He wants to be in a Hollywood scene.
He even said that in like a house show or something.
Because he wants to do it. I'd say let him do it at this point. He's already accomplished what he needs to accomplish in WWE.
The titles.
There's not much more else for him to accomplish at this point.
The titles.
How many times he's beaten Brock Lesnar at this point? How many times he's been
4 or 5 times?
like at this point, he's an undisputed champion. He's been in so many main events at this point, it's hard to count. He's only lost really 2 of them. He beat The Undertaker at WrestleMania, even though already the Undertaker streak was completely meaningless at that point.
Oh, really? They should never.
He basically squashed.
Well, Roman Reigns as a champion was good.
He squashed John Cena at SummerSlam. Probably did it better than Brock did it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. He beat the Demon and Finn Balor. He beat the Demon King. He basically got his revenge on Seth Rollins with the whole Shield breakup thing, the whole chair shot thing, even though he lost in that DQ.
Now, the thing is, honestly, part of the titles of him wasn't a mistake.
No, the titles weren't a mistake.
Unifying the titles were a mistake.
Oh, that was, yeah.
Because Roman Reigns has basically carried. Roman Reigns has made the Universal title relevant.
Yeah.
For the first time ever.
Yeah, but now he's making it irrelevant now because.
Now he's making the WWE and Universal title irrelevant by not showing up because WWE was like, hey, you're a big dog, but you can get a last schedule now.
I just don't get that.
Unifying the titles was a mistake.
Yeah.
They should go back to having 2 separate world champions on both brands.
Yeah.
More opportunities for every single superstar. Same thing with the tag titles.
I just don't.
They'll unify the U.S. and the Intercontinental title.
I just don't get the point of watching Money in the Bank now at this point, the pay-per-view. I don't get the point of it now. Because probably the one guy.
Basically, whoever wins that Money in the Bank match is probably going to take the titles off of him.
Right. Because here's the thing.
There's even a discussion that whoever wins that Money in the Bank ladder match is going to take the titles off of Roman.
If Roman's not defending a Money in the Bank, then what's the point?
Exactly. He's not even scheduled to be on the event.
They took him off the card. Yeah.
Why?
I'm just convinced right now that he's trying to do the Brock Lesnar thing. He's going to show the.
I'm just convinced WWE's messing up their own product on purpose.
I think they are. I think they stopped caring a long time ago. I think once that John Cena stopped being the face of the company and stopped giving a crap and what.
Like as of right now, the most relevant title in WWE at all right now is probably
the U.S. title.
Not even the U.S. title.
You don't think it's the U.S. title at this point? With Austin Theory? I mean, Bobby Lashley wants a U.S. title shot over freaking Theory, for Christ's sakes. Think about it. Has anyone ever...
I don't know. Probably the most relevant title right now is probably the NXT title.
I was going to say the NXT Women's title because, I mean, at this point, that's been more talked about than the NXT champion itself. And
because Mandy Rose is hot and she was holding the title. And
no, but here's the thing, though.
Talking about
here's the thing, though. She's had some pretty great matches.
She has really improved a lot since they moved her back to NXT.
And think about it. That whole fact right now, Toxic Attraction.
Oh, heck, even the NXT UK title's more.
Exactly. Toxic Attraction right now, probably the hottest group right now in NXT.
Definitely.
Probably the hottest talk right now in all the game of wrestling. You got Apollo Crews who's going to come back, who's trying to make the NXT title relevant for Braun, but it's not like that Braun and Apollo Crews right now is like, oh my God, it's a must-see match. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody even cares about the NXT North American title. Nobody even cares about anything. It's either the NXT Women's... Okay, I'll tell you what the top champions are.
The North American title was okay until they started hot-shotting it.
Yeah, there's a hot potato in it, exactly. Here are the champions that people care about right now in WWE. The NXT Women's title, the U.S. title, the Intercontinental title. That's it.
Actually,
those are your three.
No, the Intercontinental title they never really cared about.
Okay, then how come?
Now that Gunther is the champion, hopefully he has a better reign.
I didn't care about it. I think Ricochet.
They don't care about the IC title.
Yeah, they do.
Do you want to know the last time the IC title was defended on pay-per-view?
When?
WrestleMania 36. Last year.
You mean 32 years ago? Or 37?
No. When Big E was the champion and defended against Apollo Crews.
That's 37.
37, I meant.
Yeah.
That was the last time the IC title was defended on pay-per-view.
Wasn't it defended on...
No.
I'm trying to think. Didn't SummerSlam have an IC title?
No.
How about Chamber?
No. They don't care about WrestleMania 37.
Wait, didn't WrestleMania 38 have that? Oh no, that's right. It was WrestleMania. It was SmackDown WrestleMania. Never mind.
That was the last time it was defended on a pay-per-view at all.
Yeah.
That was basically over a year ago.
Well, think about it. Before Theory won the U.S. title, when was the last time the U.S. title was defended on pay-per-view?
I think a few times.
I mean, Hell in a Cell, it's one. Besides,
I think the last time it was defended on pay-per-view. I think Extreme Rules when it was Priest defending against Sheamus and Jeff. Was it Sheamus and Jeff Hardy? Yeah, I think it was Sheamus and Jeff Hardy in a triple threat.
What? Sheamus and Jeff Hardy?
Yeah, it was like a triple threat match.
Are you sure it wasn't Riddle and Lashley and Morrison in a triple threat in that Chamber pay-per-view in 2021?
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, before...
Sheamus won it at WrestleMania.
No, because I'm thinking about the last champions. Before Fury was Finn Balor. He didn't defend that at all.
No.
Then before him, it was Damian Priest.
Right.
Who won it at SummerSlam
wait a minute. I think you're right. You're thinking of Extreme Rules from last year.
Yeah.
That's the one you're thinking of.
No, not last year. It was
yeah, it was last year.
It was early this... Wait, was it?
It was last year. Because Hardy's in AEW right now. Think about it. Think about the timeline. Because Hardy was released from the company in 2021. It was released at like the end of it. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that was it.
Yeah.
Like last year.
Last year. Extreme Rules. You were right.
But again, he did defend against Ali.
But other than that pay-per-view, what about the last 2 or 3 pay-per-views? Was it defended at the Royal Rumble? Was it defended at the Elimination Chamber? Was it defended at WrestleMania at all? No.
At WrestleMania? This WrestleMania?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't. There you go. I rest my case.
What was that?
But think about it, though. But right now, with Roman not defending the championship right now, other than the NXT championship, on the women's side, not really the men's side, but on the women's side, what's the most important title right now in that company? Exactly.
Right.
You notice how they make it NXT better than the main roster show, though. You know,
No, basically, right now the U.S. title is more important than the world titles.
That's what I'm saying.
At this point.
That's what I just said. Yeah.
Like, bro.
That's why Lashley wants to face Theory. I'm going to tell you this right now. If Lashley faces Theory, he's going to win the United States Championship.
Mm-hmm.
There's no doubt about that in my mind. And you want to know what's going to end up happening too? And I guarantee this one right now. I think Riddle is going to. I think it's going to be the year of Lashley. I'm going to give you 2 reasons why. Because really, he's the only realistic superstar right now on that Raw brand that anyone even gives a damn about. Nobody really gives a shit about Theory, really, because everyone's sick of Theory.
Theory's still young, so there's still time. I believe Theory could become a superstar.
I think he's just too much there with the selfie gimmick. The selfie
gimmick just needs to go.
It's got to go.
You give him a really serious gimmick or give him a gimmick.
You want to know what that really is? It's called change the channel heat. That's what that is.
Yeah.
Every time we see that stupid selfie bullcrap, it's changed the channel heat right from the get-go.
And preferring to himself as Mr. McMahon's protege, like that's your dad.
Right.
Yeah, that needs to go.
That needs to go away. It's like Vince McMahon's not even on Raw as much anymore. He gave you a hug. You got something with him. Great. Fantastic. End it.
Just end it.
End it.
Have a serious gimmick. Be your own man.
Exactly. I don't even
Will Freddie be a world champion? Yes, I see him being a world champion in the future.
Yeah.
But now just have a new gimmick. Don't be a kid.
Yeah. I think at this point, because here's another way of looking at it. I think Lashley's going to take all the gold. I think this is going to be the year of Lashley, because here's another way of looking at it. He's going to take the U.S. title. Those titles are going to be separated again. The Universal and WWE titles. They're going to be separated again.
Which they should.
Yeah. I think Lashley is probably going to end up winning that WWE title. And I think we're going to see Lashley take all. I think we're going to see Lashley take all the gold here. I think he's going to be U.S. champion and WWE champion at the same time. I do. I think Drew McIntyre.
I feel like that could probably happen.
I think Drew McIntyre.
And Drew wins the Universal title.
Yep.
Gunther has a dominant reign as IC title.
And I think here's the funny thing. I think the Bloodline will interfere at the end of that match. Take out Drew McIntyre. This is where I think Sami Zayn will win the Money in the Bank briefcase. He'll cash in the Money in the Bank briefcase.
No.
Yeah.
Cash in, Sami Zayn comes.
Yeah, he comes in, he cashes in McIntyre's home country. He beats him, hits a Hallelujah kick. 1, 2, 3.
Now that'll be heel heat right there.
Oh yeah, you want to talk about making a year for Sami Zayn at that point, and then you have champion versus champion.
Mm-hmm.
You got Lashley versus Sami Zayn one more time in Survivor Series. There you go. There's your match. Now I think at some point, with Lashley being champion, I think Kevin Owens will have a championship against Bobby Lashley. He'll beat Bobby Lashley towards the end.
Mm-hmm.
And I think next year's WrestleMania main event might end up being, although The Rock and Roman will probably be your real main event, let's be honest, because Roman and Rock are going to face off, because The Rock has no future plans because he's working with the XFL. So he's going to have plenty of time to go from Las Vegas, because I think that's where the headquarters are at anyway, to Los Angeles, California, where the WrestleMania will be at, to face Roman.
Yeah.
We're going to have Rock versus Roman, no championship on the line. We're going to
have that straight up.
We're going to have Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. And I think they're going to put the titles back together one more time. And I think we're going to...
They don't need to unify.
I think we're going to unify.
So what I say is, like, for Universal title, I don't know who would that be. For the WWE Championship, probably Seth Rollins versus Cody Rhodes.
For a unification match, or just for like...
Just for the WWE Championship. Because they don't need to unify the titles.
Well, then you got...
They never should have done it in the first place.
I think
it was okay in the early 2000s where it was just an undisputed championship.
Yeah.
But now, with so much talent on the roster,
yeah,
it has to be 2 separate brands, 2 separate world championships.
You know, you're probably right. Well, actually, I think Kevin Owens should go to SmackDown then and face.
Yeah, how much you want to bet AEW would probably do the same thing? Not be like 2 separate world champions. Well, it'll be an AEW world title, then an AEW.
Oh, I have a case for now where I say that Moxley wins that belt.
They actually added the AEW Atlantic Championship.
Oh, Atlantic, yeah, that's.
It's basically like it's basically like the Intercontinental title for AEW.
I don't really mind it, honestly.
I don't mind it either.
I mean, a lot of people are saying, "Oh, AEW's got too many belts." Here's another way of looking at it: the Owen Hart championships were kind of stupid. I just don't see the point of having championship belts for Owen Hart.
I'll say it wasn't stupid.
I'd say a cup maybe.
No, those titles
or a trophy. Fine, do that.
Those titles will never be defended. I'll just
never be defended. So what's the point of carrying around that? Why make championship belts out of it? This is what I'm saying. You make an Owen Hart tournament, you make it a freaking cup, and that's it. You win the cup. It's that hard and difficult. You don't need championship belts that won't be defended. It's pointless.
Oh, hey, just like the greatest Royal Rumble a few years ago when Braun won, and they gave him a title.
Exactly.
After that, we never saw a title again.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's kind of pointless. See, the AEW Diamond Ring here, I love that game.
That's decent, yeah. MJF has won it 3 times already?
Yeah.
2, 3 times?
He'll probably win it for a 4th time.
If he comes back.
I think he will come back.
Yeah, he definitely will.
I think he will come back.
No, he won't win the Diamond Ring. He'll win the world title.
He'll have both.
Probably.
I can't see how the guy does both this year.
Mm-hmm.
This is the summer of MJF we're talking about here.
Yes. This is MJF's year.
Yeah. And everyone's saying they got too many belts. Yeah, they do. Because you want to know why they have those stupid...
They have too many belts because they have too much talent.
Because you have too many stupid ideas. The stupid... Here's the thing. The All-Lang stuff, I don't mind it. AEW World Title, I don't mind it.
Do they have too many titles?
TBS
they got the World Title.
I don't mind it.
TBS
TNT title, I don't mind it.
TNT. TNT title's been trashed lately.
Yeah.
Ever since Sammy won it, it's been garbage.
Yeah.
The World Title, the TNT title, the TBS title, the Women's title.
Yeah.
The tag titles. And now
which title are you talking about? You got the AEW.
No, I'm talking about all the titles they'll have.
They have 6 or 7.
Yeah, Atlantic Championships.
They're gonna add trios tag team titles soon.
They're definitely gonna add that.
I'd say
heck, that's the only title that should definitely be there because there's so many factions in AEW right now.
I know it's insane.
Oh yeah, and they got ownership of Ring of Honor. So they got the Ring of Honor Championship, the Ring of Honor Television Championship, the Ring of Honor World Championship.
Yeah, but that's separate. That's separate, though. I mean, I don't really consider.
But Ring of Honor and AEW are basically one big company right now.
Right, but Ring of Honor has their own thing. Even though they're together, I don't look at it like.
They're gonna have their own thing, but like
AEW's. That's Ring of Honor's property.
Yeah,
I don't really look at that as AEW's property at that point, no matter what concept.
I mean, Tony Khan owns both, so AEW Ring of Honor technically is AEW's property.
Well, Ring of Honor has their own thing, and AEW has their own thing.
I mean, AEW has a worker relationship with New Japan.
Right. If they want to unify the NWPG or IWPG titles,
no, that won't happen. That definitely will not freaking happen. That better not happen.
It's happened before with TNA. Didn't TNA at one point? Kurt Angle was the IWPG World Heavyweight Champion. He was the TNA World Heavyweight Champion. He was the TNA X Division Champion. But he was like one world champion where he defended those belts separately. And the only reason why he
not all of them
as PG champion at that time
the thing was
Brock Lesnar didn't want to lose to anybody from the company.
And with that, he held those titles, but he defended them all separately.
Yeah,
like he defended the X Division title in this match.
It's
not like he had both of titles and unified them as one.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, those are still two separate companies that had a working relationship.
I think WWE can do it, though, with Sami Zayn or Kevin Owens, where they can just defend the belt.
But the thing is, WWE, those are their belts.
Because here's another way of looking at it.
It's not another company that work with. Those are their belts.
Everyone's saying Cody Rhodes is not going to come back for 9 months. Here's another way of looking at it, the timeline.
He'll be back in like 6. They're only saying 9 months.
I don't think he has the. I don't think he can pull off the Jonathan and roll, though. I mean, too predictable. That's the thing. They're looking at it, though.
I think he can.
Because the difference when Cena tore his pec, I mean, he worked out like a madman to get back there. Cody Rhodes doesn't have the arc or the build like John Cena at that point. The way he was working out to get back in that Rumble, nobody expected that to happen. It wasn't even planned. I think the plan for that Royal Rumble, I'm pretty sure if I'm right about this, was Batista winning it.
Or Triple H. Pretty sure.
Oh, I think. No, it was Triple H. You're right.
Because at the end of the day, that match did turn into a triple threat with Randy Orton, him, and Triple H.
Exactly. I
look just like, what the fuck, Cena's here?
I know. What the hell? That's not right. Anyway.
It's John Cena! Oh, God.
Oh, my God. It's John Cena.
But, yeah, honestly, at the end of the day, WWE, just keep your titles separate. No more unifications.
I think they should unify it, but defend one of them.
Yeah. Have a unified champion defend the belt separately.
Yeah. I think Cody Rhodes and could unify and defend one of them. I don't see why not.
Yeah.
I mean, the only reason why they're going to have Roman defend.
It'll be like when Deonna Purrazzo in TNA and Impact, she had the Ring of Honor Women's Championship and the AAA Del Sutton Women's Championship.
Right.
She held both of them, but she defended them separately in different matches.
Here's why Roman's defending both of them. Because in this case, they're going to have Roman as the face of the company. Oh, he's got two.
He basically is the face of the company, but
that's the whole point of it, though.
I'll say the face of the company is the WWE Championship. Universal Championship.
I don't think they even know what the face of the company is anymore.
The Universal Championship is basically what the. Honestly, get rid of the Universal title, bring back the World Heavyweight title.
I'd say
that belt, gorgeous.
I'd say bring back the World Heavyweight title. Do that. Honestly, why not? If not that, I don't say. Actually, at this point, what am I saying? I don't even know what I'm saying. Keep the Universal title. Bring back the World Heavyweight title. Get the WWE title. You want to do it triple A 3-belt way and defend all 3 belts differently? Do that. I think get rid of it. Universal belt. Yeah, it looks like trash. We all know that. You want to know why they look like trash? Because WWE stopped giving a crap about what Vince McMahon thinks. And Vince McMahon's like, that's good shit.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it wasn't good shit. But anyway, I'd say if Cody Rhodes is not back by the Rumble, you definitely have Sami Zayn be Universal Champion. And you have Kevin Owens as WWE Champion. And you have those two faced up in the main event WrestleMania. That'd be a dream match right there and then. Him part of the whole, in the whole bloodline thing, pissing off Kevin Owens every which way, every which turn, instead of the match. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think the whole bloodline stuff is probably the best thing going right now in the company right now today anyway.
Yeah.
Definitely is.
Well, the thing is, it's taking up everything.
Yeah. What else is this company going to do? Anyway, I did not think we were going to go longer than expected right now for that WWE segment there. Yeah, we just did about 30 minutes of that segment.
I don't know. Talk about hockey.
We got boxing.
Got a leak.
Yeah, all right. I'll get into my Floyd Mayweather talk. Floyd Mayweather Jr. Calls the International Boxing Hall of Fame induction career highlight because he got inducted into Hall of Fame over the weekend. This was according to ESPN.com, Associated Press. This was a couple of days ago when this article came out. He was inducted on Sunday. Reduced to tears at a banquet, and this is what the thing said, quote unquote. On the eve of his big day, Floyd Mayweather Jr. was inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame on Sunday. Just a tinge of emotion in his voice as he accepted the honor. He said, quote, I've done a lot in my career, but this is by far the best. Who credited his mom and dad, sister for much of it. He said, I want to thank International Boxing Hall of Fame for giving me this. This right here is going to my dad because he deserves it. Bernard Hopkins said it best. You've got to earn it. And my dad earned this ring. I want to say thank you to everybody for your support. I want to tell all the fighters, thank you. You guys are remarkable. There would be no me without you guys. Mayweather, who retired in unbeaten fights, 50-0. The pandemic forced the postponement of the previous 2 induction ceremonies, making it a 2022 crowded affair. The ceremony was moved from the Hall of Fame home in Cantonada, New York, turning it to Turning Stone Resort Casino in nearby Verona to accommodate the 36 honorees. And there were a lot of them, but this is what the class will look like. And we had Roy Jones Jr., Miguel Cotto, James Toney, and female champion Renee Hammock, Holly Holm were part of the class. Were part of this year's class. The class of 2020 multi-division champions Hopkins, Juan Manuel Marquez, and Sugar Shane Mosley in the 2021 class. In the 2020 class, in 2021 included Mayweather, Wladimir Klitschko, and Andre Ward. Also among those honored were the female fighters Chrissy Martin, Lali Ali, Lucy Ricker, Hammock, and Holm to be enshrined. Martin shot to fame when she was featured on some of Mike Tyson's fight cards in the 1990s. Induction came on her 54th birthday. So our happy birthday to be in for Martin there. So happy birthday to Martin. So that was a lot of boxing stuff that happened over the weekend. Congrats again to the class of 2020, class of 2021, class of 2022 for their thing. And my boy just made his way back over here. So I will go from boxing to more NFL news, which is the LA Charger news.
LA Charger news.
Yep, LA Charger news. The sister of one of the co-owners in charge is suing his brother-in-law, I believe, Oh, this is not the article. Oh, this isn't even nothing like I even want to open. This is not what I wanted.
I do.
I don't know what the heck happened. I had the article. This is like the one thing about Facebook here when you post all these stories and news break and all that stuff like that. They when you're not on the link for a while, it refreshes the page, so it goes right back to what you've recently posted, which is annoying. So I will find the article as I'm pulling. Oh, here it is. So here we go. So the LA Chargers co-owner claims move to LA has been financial ruins, quote unquote, in lawsuit against sibling co-owner. So here it is. Here's the story now, and this is where the article is said here. This is according to Sports Not by Jason Brugos. The continued battle for majority control of the Los Angeles Chargers has taken a new turn after co-owner D. Spanos Barbarian filed a lawsuit against her co-owner brother, Michael and Dean Spanos, part of the Spanos family. On Thursday, ESPN NFL insider Adam Schefter reported that the attorneys for Barbarian filed a lawsuit in San Joaquin County Superior Court, where she accused her brothers of misogynist behavior and repeated breaches of fiduciary duty. I don't even know if I even said that right. And asked the court to remove Dean Spanos from his spot as a co-trustee of the family trust. She is also seeking unspecified financial damages in the suit. In the filing, Barbarian accused of her brothers of acting, quote, out of deeply held misogynist attitudes and sense of entitlement as the men in the family, and to rationalize their pitiable behavior, which she believes is intended to teach her that a woman has no rights, no matter what any trust instrument might say, close quote. This is also what was also said here. Michael Dean and their sister, Alexandria Spanos Rule, each own 15% of the organization, while the trust managements own another 36% of it, over 1/3 of the franchise. Barbarian and Dean Spanos became the co-trustees of 36% in 2018, following the deaths of Alex and Faye Spanos. By having the Spanos legally removed from the trust, Barbarian would gain majority control of the team, a goal that the pair have been battling for some time. And the suit, Barbarian claims that the trust and sub-trusts are insolvent, quote there, and Spanos' decision to move the team from San Diego to Los Angeles has proven financial ruins, and that the family has no option but to sell the team in order to satisfy the trust debt obligations, which she says are in excess of $358 million. So, you want my take on this one? They should sell the team.
Mm-hmm.
They should move out of Los Angeles. If this is really a problem,
they should have never went to Los Angeles
to begin with. I'll tell you the teams they should have gone to. The place they should have gone to. Las Vegas. They should have stayed in San Diego. If they didn't want to stay in San Diego, go to Oakland. If you don't want to go to Oakland, go to Canada. I don't know. Toronto, Montreal, Edmonton.
Come to Providence.
Calgary. Let me see. I can go on and on here about this. You could have gone to Detroit and got the Detroit Lions out of there. I don't know. You could have gone. I mean, to spend as much money as you did, really, you could have gone to San Jose for Christ's sakes. Could have gone to the San Jose Chargers. There you go. I just came up with a new NFL trend right there. Hashtag San Jose Chargers. Get that trend going, folks. Oh yeah. By the way, if you've been watching an hour and 23 minutes of the video, which if you do, God bless. Hit the like button and subscribe. Leave some comments below in the section. Blah blah blah. This episode is over, obviously. I don't know why you said mixtape, but anyway.
My mixtape though.
Anyway, but yeah, sell the team. If you're trying to get yourself out of some financial crisis, sell the freaking team. There is no reason for you to be around in this situation. And the Spanos family, screw you. You're gonna do this to your own sister. Your own flesh and blood, really? It's supposed to be an equal trust in this whole thing. And you're letting your sister out to dry. You know, blood's blood. Are you really going to put money over that? Really?
Over family?
Over blood? Over a bond? I'm mortified. Absolutely mortified. It's pathetic if you ask me. You're in debt of $358 million. That is so sad. So sad. Oh, I just have another team for you. You know, Justin Herbert's from Oregon Ducks, right?
The Oregon Chargers. Actually, no.
Oregon Chargers.
No.
That I would
that's
love
terrible.
it. I would love it.
That's terrible.
The Oregon Chargers. I don't mind it.
The Rhode Island Chargers.
Oh, that sounds even worse.
No, that sounds better than Oregon Chargers.
No, it doesn't. Rhode Island sounds better than Oregon.
Shut up, bitch. Yes, it does.
I don't even know if I made this not for kids or not. I don't know. Hopefully there's a bleep button on these episodes.
Listen.
What?
We're on a podcast, so we speak our minds.
Speak our minds? All right.
If this was kid friendly, we would be talking about bubbles and guppies and stuff. So what the fuck?
Bubbles and guppies.
Why is this?
Why are we going from? I mean, I would say go PG-13, but why are we going right to G? At that point,
this ain't made for kids. This is made for everyone.
For mature audiences only. If you don't like the channel, go screw it.
For those with mature audience, we'll be talking about porn.
I don't think anyone's mature when it comes to that, honestly.
Who?
I don't think they are.
Aren't there porno podcasts or something like that?
Yeah, but are kids gonna really listen to porn podcasts? Well, you never know.
No, kids, yes.
Yeah, that's true too. Right? You're right about that. I didn't even think of that till now.
Yeah.
But yeah, sell the team. I don't understand like why they put themselves through all that bullcrap. And you want
sell the team to me.
Sell the team to you?
$2.
Sell the team for me for free. I'll take it for free.
Sell it for free. $3. Yeah.
$3. Free money. Why not?
Free money. Give me a team that I can make money off of.
Yeah. We also got some news right now about the South Carolina County suing the Panthers for $21 million.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that's actually true. You didn't hear about this one?
No. Well, I didn't hear about any of these until now.
Well, I put the whole episode together. Did you not read the description of the episode?
Yes.
Okay, what did I write in most of these episodes? But I have about 16 stories right now that I kind of come up with.
That's racist, man.
I'm sorry you feel that way. Anyway.
Those are some of the stories I do know about.
Yeah, this is according to ESPN.
Well, I never heard about some of this.
Yeah, South Carolina County suing Panthers owner David Tepper's companies for $21 million.
That's racist, man.
Companies are linked to the Carolina Panthers owner David Tepper, who are being sued for more than $21 million by York County over improperly utilizing funds the South Carolina County spent towards building infrastructure around the site. This is quote unquote what was written by David Newton. Shout out to David Newton. Congrats, David Newton, with the story. Good job. Around the site of what was supposed to be the team's new headquarters, a project that recently was terminated. The city of Rock Hill, where the facility was being built, also was included in the suit, along with Tepper's Aspalooza Management LPDT, Sports Holding LLC, and Tepper Sports Incorporated. The suit was filed late Thursday, comes less than a month after the project was canceled, and Tepper's real estate company, GT Real Estate Holdings, filed Chapter 11 bankruptcy on the project, estimated to cost $800 million. Tepper's the NFL richest owner with a net worth of $16.7 billion, according to Forbes magazine. Already had spent more than $175 million on the project on 240 acres in Rock Hill that was announced in 2019. The project initially was paused on March 7th after Tepper's companies alleged Rock Hill had not come up with the promise of $225 million in bonds for the infrastructure. The lawsuit refers to the failed facility as a, quote, vanity project. It alleged that Tepper's companies misappropriated the $21 million from penny tax revenue for the expansion of Mount Gallant Road between Dave Lyle Boulevard and Anderson Road. Sorry. Wow. I'm messing up a lot today. All right. It's a long article here, but here's my opinion. David Tepper, you are one dumb moron. You are one. I don't get these owners at all. This is why I don't. This is the only entertaining about rich people, right? Because they are kind of boring.
Mm-hmm.
They know how to put themselves in such stupid debt for no reason. They don't think they're ever going to get caught. They don't think anything's ever going to happen.
Just because they're rich.
And the funny thing is, it's an senile old man.
Mm-hmm.
So they think because of this, they're going to let me out the hook. Like, you're not going to prison. Just pay back the money.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really that hard. It really isn't. It's not that difficult. It's not that complicated. Just pay your dues, shut your trap, admit your losses, and move on.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of sad when you think about it, really. It's kind of sad. I mean, the thing with the Carolina Panthers' new headquarters, I look at it like this. If this was just a playpen for Dave Tepper right now, that there's just a hideout in his headquarters to watch his team fail miserably, because they are failing miserably. And they're going to fail again this season. Then, boy, David Tepper, man, you are one dumb guy. For a rich man, not that bright. Not that bright at all. To allow all that crap to happen. Jesus. That's all I got to say, man.
Yeah, I got some breaking football news. Maybe you know it, maybe you don't.
Oh, all right, here we go.
So, Jason Garrett is joining Football Night in America as an analyst.
I talked about it last week.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, it was the last week episode, yeah. That you weren't on.
Boo. Why did it just show up in my newsfeed now?
I don't know.
How do you think he's going to do as an analyst?
Honestly, not great.
Not great.
He's like a more vanilla Drew Brees. That's what he is. He's not that great. Good for him for getting a job. I don't know what NBC was thinking, but if I was him, if I was them, I would have asked for Bill Parcells to come out of retirement and be like, "Yeah, you want me to now to make $100 million, $200 million?" He would say yes to that all day long.
Like, give me the money.
Show me the money. That's how I look at it.
The money.
Yeah. Anyway, let's see. I have a Tyreek Hill story. You know, I'm actually gonna get to Robbie Anderson first because I'm gonna stick with the Panthers for just a second.
Robbie Anderson contemplating retirement.
Contemplating retirement because he doesn't want to play for Baker Mayfield
or Sam Darnold,
or Matt Corral. You know what Robbie Anderson should do? In all honesty, he should ask for a trade. You know what he should get traded to? The Indianapolis Colts. Play with Matt Ryan. I don't see why not. They don't really have a lot of wide receivers on that team.
True.
They really don't. And I think realistically, he would have a great season. He would actually do better than Michael Pittman Jr. would. He probably would do better than who they drafted at wide receiver. I forgot what his name was already. Alex something. He would do better than Cincinnati. I think it was a Cincinnati Bearcat wide receiver rookie guy. I forgot his name now. Damn it. But he would do better than him. He would. I think Robbie Anderson would be perfect for the Colts organization. As a matter of fact, if it doesn't work out in Indianapolis, then try Tennessee. Try the Buffalo Bills. Try any team that's not the Carolina Panthers.
Mm-hmm.
And the worst
heck, ask for a trade for the Bears.
At this point, yeah.
Yeah.
Why not? He'd be like the number 2 guy right there and then.
He'd be the number 1 guy.
Well, I mean, you want to.
Other than Mooney, maybe.
You got Mooney. Mooney's really the number 1 guy. I look at it like this. He's the number 1 option. They're never going to. People are going to like look at him and be like, this is the number 1 option. And they're going to be like, oh, shit. That's right. He's good. I forgot. And then they'll just be done with Team Anderson the entire time because everybody think they'll be the intended target. That's the story. But yeah, Robbie Anderson to the Bears, Titans, or Colts. I think the Colts are more realistic because Matt Ryan could use another wide receiver anyway just to make Indy look good.
Mm-hmm.
Because right now their focus is on the defense, really, not the fact they have a former NFL MVP who's on that team right now. So, you want to go somewhere, Robbie Anderson? Don't contemplate retirement. Your career's not over yet. Go play for the
Colts.
I don't know why I had a brain fart there, but I did. Bruce Arians is a little salty about Tom Brady coming out of retirement because he quote unquote said if it wasn't for Tom Brady, he would be still coaching today in the NFL. Blah blah blah. You know, I knew this was coming.
Mm-hmm.
I knew this was coming. This is not surprising. Bruce Arians, the whiny baby. I said this in the get-go right now that people are going over this guy's house and saying, "Listen, don't go to Miami. He's a lot of trouble right now. We'll get rid of Bruce Arians for you. Do you want Bruce gone? Fine, we'll get you Todd Bowles." I look at it like this: Brady wants to run the show. Let him run the show.
Mm-hmm.
He won you guys a Super Bowl championship by him changing the whole dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
He said, "No more of this." To Brian Leftwich, no more of this at Bruce Arians, and control the whole narrative in that Super Bowl run in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
He did it himself. He orchestrated the whole thing. Sure, they didn't win the division, but guess what? They won every road game possible. Washington won. New Orleans won. Green Bay won. Went back home to face Kansas City won. They beat 3 Super Bowl MVPs. Yeah, that was Tom Brady. He did that. Nobody else did it. Mike, wake up.
I wasn't even sleeping.
You weren't even sleeping?
Yeah.
That's debatable.
That's racist, man.
But whatever. But Bruce Arians is the biggest crybaby on the planet, in my opinion. He is. He's saying I should still be coaching today, but he's getting more money to do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting $2 extra million in your pocket. I mean, I don't know what else to say there. If you didn't want Tom Brady on the team, you could have traded him. Oh, it's bad for business. I can't trade him. Then why did he was never going to put up with your crap?
Mm-hmm.
The one thing he probably would have done would have gotten you fired.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually would have preferred that. Because I prefer Brian Leftwich to be the head coach right now of this football team than Todd Bowles. I do. Todd Bowles is a defensive-minded person. He's not an offensive-minded guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's not. Tom Brady's just going to run the show there. Todd Bowles has the title there. That's it. He's a head coach. He's a head coach of a head coach. He's a head coach of the Tom Brady Buccaneers.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. There's your new trend today. Hashtag Tom Brady Buccaneers. You had the Tom Brady Patriots, and I got the Tom Brady Buccaneers. And Todd Bowles is the head of that. And you know what? You want to know what Bruce Arians is? He's just basically a guy who sits in the room upstairs in the VIP section getting drunk. And he doesn't even like that lifestyle, and he hasn't even done it yet.
Huh.
So I don't know why he's complaining. Would he still be coaching today if Tom Brady wasn't around and was retired? Of course he would have.
Yeah.
Would the team have been good? No. They would have been complete trash. It would have been a complete crap show. Anyway, I just think it's just a little salty. That's all. Anyway, we got some more stories. Tyreek Hill. We're going from one Florida team to another Florida team, which is the Miami Dolphins. We're going right back to Miami again. Tua is better than Patrick Mahomes in accuracy. I don't know about that one. But according to Tyreek Hill, what was It Needed to Be Said podcast, which I don't know where my buddy was at. Probably just went outside for some reason. I don't know what I guess this is his way of saying, like,
the fact that he said that Tua is better than Pat Mahomes in terms of accuracy.
I said it in a question form. I didn't say it was actually better. I don't think it's. I think it's Patrick Mahomes 100%.
I'm a quit.
I like. You really think I was going with Tua there? I was introducing it as like a question, kind of an ordeal.
No, so he's only saying that because teammate. What's the word?
I think he's got the heat with the Kansas City Chiefs. He wanted his voice to be heard. He wanted the attention. He wanted the spotlight. He's got his own podcast now called "It Needed to Be Said," which you can listen to on. I guess that would be on Fridays now. I guess it'll be. I don't know.
Teammate favoritism, basically.
I think honestly, it is teammate favoritism here. But here's another way of looking at it. He wanted the money. You want to know why then he's not getting the money in Kansas City? He's getting it in Miami.
Because of Pat Mahomes' contract.
And you know what was going to end up happening? Kelsey's name will be next. He'll get moved and he'll get his own podcast called Kelsey Knows Best. And then he'll say the exact same thing. But he won't be playing for Miami. He'll probably be playing for the Saints, honestly. He'll probably, here's another way of looking at it.
Wait, didn't Kelsey already get paid?
I don't know.
I think it did.
I don't know. I think he's going to probably want more money. I don't know. Look it up for a minute.
Yeah, that's right.
But Kelsey's time might be running out in Kansas City, too. Even if he does get paid.
Travis Kelsey contract.
You know that guy's gonna want an extension and want more money.
He's only making $6 million. Yeah, he definitely wants a raise.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying he'll be next.
In 2022, he'll earn a base salary of $6.5 million. The roster bonus is $7.5 million.
Who would be better off right now at this point? Because don't get me wrong, Tyreek Hill. Sometimes a little screws up there. He kind of abuses children a little bit. Hit him with a whip or whatever.
Wait, what?
Didn't Tyreek Hill do that at one point? Not Kelsey. I didn't say Kelsey. I said.
Oh, Travis Kelsey's under contract till 2025. So yeah, he's good.
He's good, but he should be making more money. And
he did sign an extension. He just gets more. In 2022, he'll make $6 million. Next year, he's going to make $12.25 million. Then 2024, $14 million. Then last year, he's going to make $16.25 million.
Oh, then
so he did sign an extension.
What if he wants more money than that, though?
I don't know if he could guess. He's going to be 36 by the time this contract ends.
Yeah, that's true.
So either he's going to retire or he's going to have a dip in he's going to have a dip in production.
Yeah.
That's racist, man.
But Tyreek Hill obviously wants the attention, wants the spotlight to be on him.
Wait, Jonah Smith's making $12.5 million? What the fuck?
Who?
Jonah Smith from the Patriots.
Oh, yeah. That's contract money, yeah.
Wait, how much is Hunter Henry making?
The crapback year that he had last year.
Hunter Henry's only making $10 million.
I'm just trying to figure out this point, like, because I'm now that you mentioned this now, and I know this is a little off topic here, but Juwan Smith making that much money, and the crap back that he had, and he's still with his Patriot team.
It's a crime.
You want to know why? And I'll tell you why. This is what it is. If I can give N'Keal Harry a chance, I can give Juwan Smith a chance. Think about it.
We've given N'Keal chance after chance after
but that's
chance.
Bill Belichick's thinking. I just thought of this just now when you just said it. It makes all the sense in the world.
But then again, we drafted N'Keal Harry.
He brought back Matt Patricia.
Thinking he would be great.
Chance to run the offense now. Joe Judge to be the whatever the hell he's going to be.
I mean, them being the coordinators on the Patriots, it did work.
He was a defensive coordinator. He was not the offensive coordinator.
Wait,
totally different thing.
Well, who are you talking about right now?
Matt Patricia.
Patricia?
Yeah.
But he was good for the defense. As a head coach, he was trash. As a coordinator, he was good.
As a defensive coordinator. Big difference.
He was great.
Defense to offense. Big difference.
Big difference. There's a big difference, I know.
So
that's
now we're going to have him call – because basically what – and I don't even know how Patricia was an offensive-minded guy when he got to Detroit. I don't know how he just did like a 180. Like, you know what? I'm going to focus on the offense because you probably wouldn't know what it was because Detroit has a sucky defense.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, I can't have my name go into this field. God forbid if it does. Even though the reason why he got fired in the first place was because he made girls uncomfortable. But anyway, different story, different day. That and Matt Patricia pissed off Matthew Stafford, which why would you do that? Why on earth would you piss off Matthew Stafford?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. But yeah, Detroit, but yeah, Matt Patricia, as an offensive-minded guy,
it's racist.
Just doesn't sound right. It's not racist.
No.
It's not racist at all. Well, you never know.
How's that racist?
Hey, they could have had a black coordinator, and now they have a white guy now.
Could have a black coordinator called him Jackie, be like, okay, that's racist.
Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, I mean, because they instead of trying something new, they just although they had black coordinators before. I'm trying to think about that for a minute. Yeah, they did. They had Romeo Cornell. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think who else they had for a black coordinator. I can't think of anybody else. You know what they could have? You know what they could have done? They could have asked Willie McGinnis to come out of retirement and be a coordinator for the Patriots on the defensive side of the ball. And Troy, and they could have had Troy Brown be the one or the opposite coordinator for the Patriots. I don't know. No, they said they bring back the goofball with the pencil in it, with the Ticonderoga in his ear. And they bring back Joe Judge, who reminds me of Aaron Boone. I call him Aaron Bum, as you've heard before so many times in this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I just think that this is a stupid move by the Patriots. I to bring those guys back, and for Tyreek Hill to say what he said about Patrick Mahomes. Listen, you went to a Super Bowl with a guy, you lost the Super Bowl with a guy, you lost the AC title with a guy. It happens. I don't think he should have gotten that money right away. I don't think he should have. I think it was
Tyreek or Pat Mahomes.
Tyreek. I think Tyreek.
I'll say he's proven why he should have gotten that money.
He's proven it. But I think, I don't know. To me, it just listen. You get you work out the kind of you were with just now, and you just wait it out. You wait out the next year. You see how Mahomes plays right now. And Mahomes has a crap back year once again. You cut his contract down. He's not meeting your standards.
Can't.
Yeah, they can.
Pat Mahomes has to agree to a contract, to a pay cut.
Yeah, true.
That's how most contracts are.
Sometimes they aren't like that, though.
Actually, no, that's how every contract is.
Not
unless it's like a special team option thing. Yeah.
Yeah. But
now, if anything, there's bonuses.
Yeah.
Be like, if you have this such and such year, you get this extra bonus.
I really should have shaved my face today.
Yeah,
anyway, I'm sorry.
That's terrible.
I have a terrible beard.
Yeah, looks like pubes on your face.
Well, isn't it really
shut up, bitch?
Like everything pubes at this point, though. I mean, think about it.
Maybe.
I mean, think about it. Your hair
everywhere.
Hair's everywhere. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's sort of like pubes, really.
My pits. Yeah.
I mean, look at hair is basically like a big giant pube. Think about it.
Yeah.
I mean, not natural. We weren't born with hair coming out of the womb. We're bald as fuck. Oh, sorry.
No.
I'm sorry. I did not mean to say.
Hey, who cares at this point?
I know. I don't even give a shit anymore.
Yeah. Listen. No, some people are born with hair on their head.
Some, but not like a full bed of hair.
Not like a full Goldilocks.
Exactly. Yeah. You get what I'm saying.
Anyways, next topic.
Let's see. Baker Mayfield has reportedly has picked up some interest. According to another article that I just found out
from the Panthers, I believe.
Actually, no, it's actually from the Minnesota Vikings, possibly.
Yeah, the backup, most likely.
I don't know. There might be a trade where because I don't think the Vikings fully trust Kirk Cousins. I don't think they do. I really honestly don't think they do. I think they want to believe in it. They can trust him, but in reality, they don't. To me, and this is according to Larry Brown Sports by Gary Popkeek. I believe I'm saying that name right. I probably not. Who cares? No offense, Larry. I don't know what the hell just happened there. That just that seemed weird. Okay. Well, there we go. This is what was said here. Baker Mayfield's list of potential destinations has not expanded since the Cleveland Browns traded for Deshaun Watson. That has led to some unusual suggestion that where the number one pick would go. Mayfield's situation would be resolved and what his potential destinations could be. One team mentioned was the Minnesota Vikings potentially as an option for the future. I like this choice because to me, I think he could sell in Minnesota. I don't see why he couldn't. You've got the offense for it. You can make up for the bad defense. I don't think he's bad to begin with. I don't think he throws a bad ball.
Baker?
Yeah, I think I think he's above average quarterback at best. It's close to elite level. I think he would do much better than Kirk Cousins. I mean, people are saying that Kirk Cousins is better. I say I don't think he is. I think Baker Mayfield has got a pretty great shot of being part of the Minnesota Vikings. I wouldn't be surprised if he was traded by the end of June into July. Would not surprise me one bit. I mean, if you had to say what team that would be perfect for Baker, Mike, what would you say where he would go?
I honestly don't know.
You don't know?
Just anywhere other than Cleveland at this point.
Yeah, any other than Cleveland. All right, so he's a I don't know. I'm saying Minnesota.
Heck, maybe Seattle.
Seattle would be a perfect one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But if you didn't hear my rant the other day about what Sean Alexander said, go back to episode 53, where I unleashed about the dumb comment that he made about the idea of him not going there. And I think the fact that Pete Carroll was ass-kissing the Seahawks legend as well, that was I unleashed on that one as well. I ripped the shit right into that. Wait, what?
You ripped the shit. You ripped the shit.
I ripped the shit apparently.
You ripped the shit.
I ripped it apparently. Anyway, moving on. Buffalo Bills owner and president is getting medical care. Kim Pangula, keeping her in our prayers right now. Hopefully she's doing great. And hopefully she survives this year for the Buffalo Bills to hopefully go to another Super Bowl soon. Because I do have him down as one of my picks this year to go to the Super Bowl this year, along with Tampa Bay. So hopefully she watches the game. Hopefully she gets to be able to present the Vince Lombardi Trophy to the team. Who knows? Anyway, that's that. Ice Cube takes a shot at the NBA. This is what was said on here. I found this as of actually about 24 hours ago. That the Big Three founder, Ice Cube, takes a shot at the NBA. He quote-unquote said, and this is what was said here, what he had said, quote, the NBA hasn't been the nicest to the Big Three. We know privately there are things done behind the scenes. Whoa. Here we go. This was written by Gautam Veer on the Fadeaway. Called the hell's going on? The Fadeaway World. More than sports. So here's what the article had said here. The Big Three League was founded back in 2017 to much fanfare by musician actor Ice Cube. I've been to one of their games before, so it's actually interesting. Along with Jeff Quantz. Actually, now that I'm more of it, I may have seen. I think I sat 2 rows back of Ice Cube. Now that I'm thinking back on it now at the Dunkin' Donuts Center. But anyway, and consisted mostly of retired NBA pros to go with some international players, and the league gained quite fan following as well. The next season, it's set to commence the coming week And Ice Cube recently spoke about how the NBA doesn't seem to have embraced his league all that well. When asked how his involvement with the league and the players had changed his fandom and how he looks at the game, Ice Cube spoke about how the NBA has done some things behind the scenes which have affected the big three, which in turn has had a negative impact on his outlook towards the NBA. This is what Cube said. The NBA has been nicest to the big three, of course. Publicly, they say all the right words, but we know privately there are things done behind the scenes with sponsors, broadcasters, blah, 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 blah. It did tarnish my fandom a bit. Okay, let's see. The NBA, okay, this is the same quote here. We have proven ourselves. We have a lot of ex-players and ex-ambassadors as part of this league. They believe in the league, so I wish the NBA would see that we are complementary. We are only 3-on-3. You guys play 5-on-5. There's no issue there. Seeing it from my perspective, it did tarnish a fandom a little bit, but not a lot of it. Close quote. It's unfortunate, and this is a continuation from what Gotham wrote, if the NBA has resorted to this behind the scenes, as Cube says, the big three is in no direct threat to the league as it is 3-on-3 with different rules. They have made great progress over the last 5 years and deserve some respect for what they've managed to achieve. It will be interesting to see if Adam Silver speaks on this matter at some point. It is good that despite those issues, Cube still remains a fan of the NBA, and he has been following the league for a long time as a Laker fan. He once caused an uproar by excluding Michael Jordan from his all-time starting five by having 4 Lakers on it, and he'd be rooting for the Lakers to turn things around in the 2022-2023 season. That's where the article comes to an end. I don't think the Big Three gets enough praise. I've been to one of their games.
You think it doesn't?
I don't think it does. I don't think it gets enough praise. It really is never talked about that much on SportsCenter. It's not really like there's not really a lot of big things that happen at all, really. In fact, since the pandemic hit, it took a big, massive dump in the ratings. I mean, massive dump. People were watching NBA games in the early 2000s, for Christ's sakes. People were watching the NBA in the Thunderdome. The Big Three, I don't think they even had a season that year because of the pandemic. But I think, honestly, it just hasn't, because really, who's talked about it? I barely hear anything about it.
I never hear anything about the Big Three.
I don't think it's enough praise at all. I think it should get more praise. In fact, I think they should have a competition really with the NBA every year. Compete with the NBA. Why are they doing it in the summertime? I don't see the point of doing it in the summertime at this point, because no one's going to watch it. They're all going to be at the beach, smoking some dope, smoking a doobie, talking to hot chicks, flirting with hot chicks.
Yes.
That's what the summer season's for. It's not to sit at home and watch 3-on-3 basketball from half court. But I think the NBA and the Big Three should have the same league every year. They compete with college basketball every year. Why not compete with the Big Three? Got the NBA, you got the Big Three, you got the.
There's a really competition.
Basketball.
Look at the NBA. Look at Big Three. NBA's been around forever. Big Three's only been around for like 5 years.
Yeah, it'd be more of a growth if they get on the same side with the NBA. They start at the same time with the NBA.
I mean, the Big Three has a lot of former NBA players. Yeah. But the NBA is still big in terms of like revenue, attention.
Mostly because of China, but yeah.
Yeah.
I think they don't. Like I said before, they should get more praise. Start at the same time. Try to create. Because think about it. We see a bunch of 5-on-5 basketball games, and most of them are blowouts. Most of them are blowouts. They're not even close. Would you rather watch a blowout 5-on-5 basketball game where the team's up by 50?
Or a close 3-by-3 game?
Yeah.
I'll say I would. Because a close 3-by-3 game is more competitive.
Exactly. It gets tougher. It's more exciting.
Well, the NBA, there still is NBA level talent.
Yeah.
So you don't know what game's going to be low scoring, tight, or blowout. Because the NBA is unpredictable.
Exactly. Yeah.
Big Three, though.
Is it predictable or is it unpredictable? Because you never know.
I feel like every sport's unpredictable.
Exactly. So in my opinion, they don't get enough praise. They should be bowing down to Ice Cube. They should be kissing at his feet for allowing him to create this freaking league. I say do it. Don't start in the summertime anymore. Go right into the NBA. Do it for about, I would say, do about 25, 30 games. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Because college basketball does the exact same thing anyway. They do 25, 30 games every year.
Mm-hmm.
Do the same thing then. Nothing wrong with it.
Mm-hmm.
You still have your NBA finals in June or July or where the hell they want to do it again. If they have another pandemic, if they have an NBA finals in October, if they had in 2020, which I'm sorry, that was a joke, in Walt Disney, where everyone got COVID.
That's racist.
They stuck their girlfriend in.
That's racist, man.
I'm telling you.
It's racist.
How's it racist?
Shut up.
I don't know. I think you're tired. He clearly is tired right now at this point. Fortunately, I still got more stories to get into.
No!
Yeah, we do. We have a few more stories.
I need to go to the gym.
We're all going to go to the gym.
Shut up, bitch.
I'm going to go to the gym as soon as I get done with we have at least
the gym.
1, 2, 3, at least 4 more stories.
That's racist, man.
I'm telling you, man. It's been a jack-pack. You realize how busy the sports world is? How busy the media is?
Shut up, bitch. All right, let's go.
All right, so Mark Jackson, I put it also in my description, is religious and can't get a job in the NBA. He's also a pastor, by the way. I don't know if anybody's even known about this, but he's also a pastor. But this is an article that I found as of yesterday. This is also a news break, and also if you want to hear the best coverage on the Black and White Sports podcast, go back and watch the episode with Road Rants, where he thought about the whole thing. And this is according to Andrew Bogut shares a theory of why Mark Jackson is not coaching. This is written by Steve DeVelchio from Larry Brown Sports. You can also hear, like I said before, Black and White Sports, the podcast, from Road Rants as well, who was able to cover that story as well. Mark Jackson was mentioned as a potential head coaching candidate for the NBA teams this offseason, but he will remain in the broadcasting booth for at least another year. One of his former players has a theory on why Jackson was passed over once again. During a Reddit AMA on Sunday night, former NBA big man Andrew Bogut was asked why he thinks Jackson has not landed another head coaching job. Bogut, who played for Mark Jackson with the Golden State Warriors, mentioned how Jackson has a reputation for bringing religion into the locker room. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think everyone deserves a second chance, and he will eventually get another chance. But the well-notched church within a locker room, I think, hurts his job prospects, Bogut wrote. Jackson is said to be religious, and he tried to incorporate that into his head coaching methods when he was with the Warriors from 2011 to 2014. A recent report revealed that ESPN spiked a 2016 story that would have gone into a lot more detail about that. Jackson apparently used a lot of religious rhetoric and excused players of being influenced by the devil. He also supposedly said he would lay hands on them to cleanse them of their evil spirits. I have a breaking news story after this, but I'm going to get into that in just a second. He also supposedly said he would lay hands on them and cleanse them of their evil spirits. That is likely what Bogut is referencing. Jackson, 57, interviewed for at least one head coaching job this cycle and was considered a legitimate candidate. It is possible he could get a job in the future, but it seems more unlikely with each year he has passed over. So he puts his hands on him like a pastor to cleanse him of the evil spirits. I can't imagine Mark Jackson doing this. I really can't.
Hey, the thing is, Mark Jackson isn't even a bad coach.
He's not. But this is the stupidest theory I've ever heard in my life. So he cleansed them from the devil. So they're all possessed by the devil. What is this, a soap opera now? You've been possessed by the devil. I'm going to put my hands on you and take the devil right out of you. Is that what we're going to do now with this story now? Is this because of religious beliefs? Look, I don't care what your religion is. I don't care what the story is. Mark Jackson, at this point,
he deserves another coaching opportunity.
He deserves another shot of coaching in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe for 1 second that he put his hands on somebody and cleansed them from the devil. That's a little extreme. That's beyond extreme. That's beyond stupid.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for someone to be possessed by the devil, I think, I don't understand what people are thinking right now. So, I gotta see a video of this. We get a video of Mark Jackson going, like singing like Klingon or something like that, or something like
I cleanse you, my son.
or like doing like some Hebrew like church thing or whatever, like some kind of like language that only the devil speaks, and you speak to the devil itself. Like, can we see a video of this? like is Mark Jackson being interviewed before these games? Like,
I cleanse you, my son.
You know what's gonna end up happening right now in these NBA
I cleanse you.
You know what's gonna end up happening in these NBA finals? I can see some dope walking around now hearing this story now with a freaking cross saying, "The power of Christ propels you. The power of Christ propels you." I can see that happening now.
Mm-hmm.
This makes absolutely no sense. I don't see that ever happen for Mark Jackson. I've never heard of Mark Jackson ever going around with a freaking like what do you do? Did he touch Steph Curry at his chest? Did he go, "I'm sucking the devil out of you, my child"? I mean, is that what he did? Did he go to Klay Thompson, whisper his ear? Like,
I mean, if he did do it,
I don't believe he
did.
The team. Do you believe he did
it? No.
Exactly.
Well, if he did do it, I mean, it helped the team. Before he got there, the team was trash. But look,
he turned the whole franchise around.
He turned the franchise around.
If you want
in less than 3 years.
If you want to suck the devil out of me, great. That'll make me play better. Fantastic. It made Steph Curry one of the best shooters of all time. It made Steph Curry get 3 NBA championships. I mean, Jesus Christ. What is wrong with a guy putting his hand on another player? Now we can't touch
the power of Christ compels you.
I mean, if he spanked you in the ass,
compels you.
I mean, is that a bad thing? I remember when Payton Manning used to spank players on the sidelines on the ass and stuff like that. Is the players that?
Bro, they still do that to this day.
Are they gonna claim sexual assault now because he spanked you on the ass now? Like, come on, this is ridiculous. An absolute joke. What's wrong with you people, huh? Anyway, I mean, come on, Mark Jackson, get a head coaching job. You're too good for that broadcasting booth. Although at this point, he should be really an owner of a team, honestly.
Give him another coaching gig.
They should call this. They should have a basketball team called the Seattle Pastors within coaching. Think about it. That sounds great. Seattle Pastors.
The power of Christ compels you.
That's like they put out like some rap song and it's Mark Jackson go, "The power of Christ propels you," and that's how and then they have the rap music come out. They come out to play. I don't know. I just got an instant report right now that came from Tyler Perry that says that
power of Christ.
Chris Rock was wrong in no uncertain terms. I gotta read it. We got this here.
Power of Christ, my son.
You know what? I think Tyler Perry would have been that one person be like a pastor would bring religion to an NBA team.
Yeah.
Mark Jackson, I can't imagine that. And Mark Jackson, I mean, I've heard Mark Jackson being a pastor before. I heard on Black and White Sports, the podcast. I heard that the other day. My first thought that comes in my head with this is,
I cleanse you, my son.
Yeah. apparently, this is breaking news coming in right now. As of right now, this came out. Perry was seen speaking to Smith after the incident, but the actor director's producer made it clear that he was.
Oh my God! At this point, I'm sick of the Will Smith incident.
I know. I don't know why they bring it up again right now. I don't know why this is breaking news, but apparently it is. Apparently it brings it out of my.
At this point, I quit.
You quit. You're not gonna quit. Don't quit on me.
No, I mean the whole Will Smith Chris Rock incident.
No, I know. Yeah,
that's way over with.
Joe Torre has been added to the part of the lawsuit that Angel Hernadez had thrown out back in 2017 and is doing it once again in 2022. This is what was said here as of the other day.
No.
This was what was said here as of a couple of days ago. I can just pull up the article really quickly here. This is also a news break. Also, along with a lot of articles that were on here as well. This was also put on the Q105.7. For better or for worse, this is going to on the Q105.7. Dan Ball. For better or for worse, most baseball fans know exactly who Angel Hernadez is. Hernadez has been an umpire in Major League Baseball since 1991 and has covered the entire league since 2000. He covered the National League from 1991 through 1999. He's been involved in some of the game's biggest moments and on the largest stages, but has also been in the headlines for calls that have confused players, coaches, and fans. Regardless of Hernandez's prominent figure in the umpiring world, and he's alleging Major League discrimination from Major League Baseball towards minority umpires. This is where Joe Torre was named in the discrimination suit filed by Angel Hernadez. According to a story from CBS Sports, Major League Baseball umpire Angel Hernadez is alleging that Major League Baseball has discriminated against minority umpires inhibiting their ability to be promoted to crew chief during their tenders in the league. Hernandez explains that Major League Baseball executes their umpire reviews at the midway point of the season and then again at the conclusion of the season. He claims that his mid-season reviews have been accurate and largely positive, while his postseason reviews have been very different. Because of this, when umpire crews are named for the following season, Hernandez is not promoted to crew chief position. All of this, according to the suit from Hernandez, is due to discrimination against minority umpires. Now, where does Joe Torre come into a picture exactly? Torre is currently a special assistant to the commissioner of baseball, a position he has had since 2020. He previously served as a chief baseball officer, a position he held since 2011. More simply put, Torre is a key figure in Major League Baseball and the current on-field product that fans see every night. Hernandez alleges that Torre holds a grudge against Hernandez due to calls he made against the New York Yankees while Torre was the manager of the team. His suit asserts that his grudge has played a role in his lack of opportunity in recent years and has contributed to the discrimination he has felt. Here's what Torre had to say about Hernandez in a particular performance review. Quote, Hernandez has not demonstrated the leadership ability and situation management skills in critical high-pressure roles on a consistent basis. Based on this review, it's clear that Torre may not be a fan of Hernandez as an umpire. What remains to be seen, however, is if a pattern of discrimination by Major League Baseball is present. You know, I didn't even read the Torre quote on this thing until just now. But let me just put this in perspective. I don't think there's any racial discrimination against the guy. The guy has just been known to make bad calls. He's been known to make a lot of questionable calls. He's been known to make a lot of mistakes in calls. He's been known to cause a lot of havoc in baseball games. It's a guy calling it out. That's all it is to it. If every other baseball team, if all 30 baseball teams, all 190 managers to 200 managers or 1,000 managers have seen it for the last 30 years, and you're mad about one guy calling it, Joe Torre, by the way, who I don't think is racist at all. He's been not known to be racist towards his players, towards his coaches, towards the umpires, towards the fans. Nobody. But if it's Angel Hernadez, who is a corrupt umpire anyway, who's been known to do this for years, it's a problem. We can't call out Mr. Angel Hernadez. We can't call him out because you know what baseball should do? Promote him for crew chief just to shut him up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at this point, who gives a crap he makes the most mistakes? 90% of these umpires out there get corrected by a freaking robot anyway. So who gives a crap? And the robot's always wrong. The people that review in New York are always wrong. They're all wrong. And you want to know why? Because controversy creates cash. Mm-hmm. And if Angel Hernandez don't like to be the part of controversy, I don't know. Get yourself out of umpiring then. Get yourself out of the game then. Get out. Get the F out. Stop your bitching. Stop your complaining. Stop being woke. Stop being ridiculous on calling somebody racist. You've been known to do this. Hell, minority management and players have called you out on this stupid crap. So it's not racist if the minorities are calling you out on it. Period. End of story. How this guy still has a job today in baseball, I have no idea. Maybe the commissioner's too drunk to realize what the hell is going on in his own freaking league. Let's see. What did he do in the 2020 World Series? He got plastered in Texas. He didn't even know he had to give out the World Series championship. They had to carry him out to the field. This is a problem in this league. They don't treat the umpires right. They're trying to replace them with robots. They got flying saucers all over the freaking game half the time. You got freaking oh god, I'm drawing a blank on these things now. What the hell are they called? Those things that not hovercrafts. They're
the drones.
Drones, thank you.
Yeah.
They have drones flying over the stadiums for God's sakes. Drones flying all over the stadium as robot umpires. You guys can't umpire. Accept it. Angel Hernadez is a minority. The guy, I don't know if he speaks good English, bad English. I have never heard him talk before. You know what I've seen him do before? That's all I see him doing. Even when he gets it wrong. And when somebody wants to talk to him for 2 seconds, not even an argumentative form. That's all I see him do. Because he can't accept the fact that he gets one thing wrong. And it's wrong every time. So it's not just minority umpires. The white umpires get it wrong. The Jewish umpires get it wrong. A lot of people get it wrong. They all get it wrong. It's okay to be wrong. But to call somebody out on based on racism, give me a break. And holding grudges for what? He's never lost a World Series. He's got 5 rings, I believe. Really? He's wrong? You're wrong? Oh, okay. Actually, I shouldn't even say that because they've lost World Series before. I forgot. They lost the 03 World Series. I'm pretty sure they lost the 01 World Series. I don't know. Wait a minute. Not only they lost the 01 World Series. I don't remember anymore. But you get my point. Angel Hernadez and Joe Torre have a grudge? I don't think so. I think you have a grudge because you just don't like Joe Torre. You probably screwed him over the years, and you don't like the fact that you screwed with him. He's not going to hold a grudge against you 20 years later, unless we're going to have a 30 for 30 of Joe Torre versus Angel Hernadez on ESPN, or maybe a celebrity boxing match that involves the two. I put my eye on Joe Torre. I think Angel Hernandez would pussy out of the fight. But anyway, I know he's got no thought on the baseball part of this. So,
never.
I know, because he's not a baseball fan. I don't know why.
Because.
It's a good sport. It's a good sport.
Shut up, bitch.
What?
Shut up, bitch.
Whatever.
Bitch.
We got 2 more stories here. We got the Deshaun Watson story. I put the question here right now because right now they are far away from contract talks. This is according to some report right now. Apparently they're frustrated with the contract talks right now. There's no extension talk getting anywhere close. Could potentially mean he could end up leaving Los Angeles. I say this. If the Los Angeles Angels let this guy go and Mike Trout ends up staying there for another year or 2, here's the problem. You're losing an all-around player, and Mike Trout wins. He becomes the face of the franchise. Shohei Ohtani right now is the face of the Los Angeles Angels for right now. Trout's been the face of that franchise since 2012. Ohtani became the face of the franchise in 2021. So, if you want my honest opinion, Ohtani deserves the money more than Mike Trout does. He's a pitcher. He's a great designated hitter. He's a great outfielder. He can do it all. He can even play the infield, for Christ's sakes. This guy's an all-around player, and you don't have a great contract extension for this guy? You haven't extended the contract in 3 or 4 months? Really? Really? Okay. That's great. You want to know something? I hope he gets traded then, if that's the case. Because if he gets traded, this Angel team is going to suck every single freaking year. Because all you have is Mike Trout. All you have is Noah Syndergaard. You have nobody else. Nobody else. And I can tell you now where I think Shohei Ohtani does get traded at the trade deadline. And you want to know where he ends up going and why? I think he ends up going to the Mets. You need another pitch. You need another depth in the pitching depth chart right now to make your starting rotation legit. Bring Ohtani in. You got Ohtani, Bassett, DeGrom, Scherzer. You got a deck of starting pitching in the bottom below that, 6 or 7 pitchers right there, and you're starting the rotation, and you got a great bullpen at best right now. That Met team's loaded. You need more in the hitting department. You got all around. You got a good pitcher / DH right there. There you go. The Mets are a perfect target. You want to know why I didn't say the Boston Red Sox? I'll tell you why I didn't say the Boston Red Sox. Because they ain't going anywhere. They ain't going anywhere. You got John Henry who wants to buy property for $12.6 billion. Or million, not billion, million, sorry. I wanted to say the M. I said the B word. I apologize. So he wants to buy property there. He doesn't care about the team. He refuses to sell the team. You got a manager who makes constant mistakes. You got a GM who makes constant mistakes. You got an owner who makes constant mistakes. You got a chairman who makes constant mistakes. They're all making mistakes. They all suck. The talent on there right now, they're trying their asses off. Starting pitching, they're great. Hitting rise, they're great. Their bullpen, terrible. Why are you making those
I don't know.
Why are you making that? Was crazy. That was really disturbing. Don't ever do that again.
I quit.
Don't ever do that in the middle
I'll
of my
do it again.
Don't ever do that in the middle of my
I'll
segment
fucking
ever
do it again.
As a matter of fact, I'm turning this camera around. You're not
No.
talking. But the Red Sox right now are garbage. They had a hot streak going, and they completely crapped the bed.
We're heading over to Ethics
Now,
this morning.
I know what people are thinking. They just won 2 out of 3. I'm sorry, Mike. I didn't even get together frame. Anyway. But the Red Sox, in my opinion, are not going anywhere. The Mets are. They got a bright future out of them. They're potentially a World Series champions as far as I'm concerned. They've been in the NL East now in first place for 3 months. They're not going anywhere. They're going to stay where they are. They're going to go on top. And I think Shohei Ohtani is a perfect addition. If you don't want to get this guy a contract extension, trade him. Mike Trout should be looking for his way out the door there as well. I don't see why he even needs to be there. Mike Trout, if you want my honest opinion, I think he should leave the Los Angeles Angels right now. He's never going to win with his team. He's never going to do it. I think I said the other day, he said that he might be better off with the Yankees. I don't know. Maybe the Yankees, maybe the Dodgers. I don't know. I think realistically he'd be better off with the Braves. The Braves are another good team, in my opinion. The Braves would be a really good addition for him. Yankees or Braves, either or. Because Los Angeles Angels now are not the place to go, I guess. I guess it's not the city of angels anymore. You know what it is right now? The city of jailbreakers. Because you got a freaking owner who wants to break the law, and you got the mayor who plays right along with it. So I rest my case. Shohei Ohtani should be the main focus right now of the Los Angeles Angels. Instead, he isn't. And that's pretty sad. Hell, it is fired their manager, Joe Madden, by the way, who had a mohawk done for the team to see. Unfortunately, they didn't get the chance to see it. But it is what it is. What are you going to do? Shit happens. One last thing, and we're actually pretty much done with this. We have the Stanley Cup final predictions. We have the Tampa Bay Lightning, who advanced after a Game 6 win over the New York Rangers. I don't know if I talked about that. I think I did. But anyway, it's not like the New York Rangers, as I wanted it to be, against Colorado. It'll be Tampa Bay instead versus Colorado. And Tampa Bay, for the 3rd straight year, is going back to the Stanley Cup to take on the Colorado Avalanche. And I say this. I think the Colorado Avalanche win this series in Tampa Bay. They clinch it there. They stick it to the fans. They hold the Stanley Cup mighty high. And that's it. And Mike actually agrees with me on that one too, but he says Colorado right now will win 6 games as well. Even though he doesn't watch hockey.
I don't watch hockey.
But he believes in Colorado winning too.
Listen,
so
I'm from Denver.
No, you're not. Anyway, so we are done. 2 hours long. This is a long show. 2 hours, 17 minutes. I'm getting hungry.
Me too.
I might actually eat a whole jar of peanut butter.
Me too.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
So,
Getting the peanut butter.
The show is over.
Yes.
Check it out. Check out our social media. I haven't posted any on Instagram. I'm sorry. It's been busy. I just got a new Instagram account. I never really posted anything on that account yet. Check out his new account. He got hacked too.
Everyone gets hacked.
Everyone's been getting hacked lately. I think I've had like 10 friends now gotten hacked now in the last month. Mike loves you. I love you all. I love you all to my supporters. I love my people. I love my community. What I don't love is the woke people. Stop with the wokeness. It's over.
I'm awake.
I'm awake too.
Yes, do you see me sleeping right now? I'm awake. I'm woke.
End this grouping, all this anti stuff, anti this, anti that. End your bogus comments about Mark Jackson being a freaking guy who cleanses people from the devil. End it. End it.
I hear you, my son.
Don't use race as an excuse. Don't use it up. Don't try to use it in a court of law. Don't fight it. You might win. You might lose. It's not, is it worth it though? At the end of the day, though, and it's sometimes it ruins people's lives. Just be normal. Be normal human beings for once. Be normal Americans. Can we just have that? That's my catchphrase. We should be normal Americans.
This is America.
Learn to love everybody. Just don't change people's lifestyles. Just don't change anything. Enough with change. You know what change is doing? It's killing people. That's what it's doing. It's changing. Change is killing people. So we are signing off right now. It's a long show. I promise next time it won't be long. If it is, it's unfortunate. It's just the way it is.
I'll call the cops.
Mike won't call the cops.
Yeah.
Well, he won't.
I will.
but he will.
I think I
He said he
won't.
will, but he won't.
I think I won't.
He won't.
I will.
Yeah.
Bitch.
But check us out on social media. Check us out on YouTube. Hit the like button. Subscribe.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you once again for
All
all the
my
support.
mixtape,
For
you
listening to
already
the
know.
show. Even though it's not a lot. We need more people. Spread the word, folks.
Spread the word.
We're on episode 55, Friday or Saturday, depending what the hell my schedule looks like. Depending what the hell his schedule looks like.
Buy my mixtape.
Buy his mixtape. It's called He Loves Meg, Wants Meg.
What?
That's his mixtape. That's his mixtape.
No, it's not. Shut up.
It is. This is mixtape.
Anyways, we're signing off.
We're signing off.
I'm black. He's white. Yeah.
Yeah. He's Michael Smith. I'm Joseph Alvo. Good night.
Yes. Or afternoon, whatever time it is.
Night, day. Have a good day.
Have a good
I say good day.
pizza. Oh.
Goodbye.
Yeah.